Oh,
All right.
Why did we should have said OOA. That's what I was going for.
Oh,
Right, hold on.
You're an A.
oh,
Oh, you're an A.
Thanks for
Oh.
watching episode 15.
oh.
How? Does
Ooh.
it feel echoey?
It feels very echoey.
Might not be muted.
It's not muted. Let me shut all you guys up. There we go. Sounds a little better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
Nice and
Way,
crispy.
Way better.
You know, it is actually weird when you speak and then
You hear in the echo?
you hear it. No, you hear it, everyone's voice in your ears. Because normally when you speak, you're hearing like the distance and everything.
True.
But everyone's voice is like they're in your ear.
Well, there's still like some air. I feel like because your voice has to travel to the mic, and the
Yeah.
mic brings it here, right?
Somehow through the wires, it controls,
Isn't that crazy?
records our voice, which is ridiculous in the grand scheme of life.
Through a whole
It's
bunch
all
of
code.
minerals.
1 zeros, ones and zeros, ones and zeros.
The Matrix.
Hey guys, I'm CLBNO.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
DWINTHEKIN.
Actually.
Actually, I am.
Indigo Ryan, the Navigator.
Imagine not spelling your name.
INDIGO.
I'm not spelling all of
G-U-R.
Guru. There's too many vowels in my name to
Wheel of Fortune.
only
Spin
say the
300,
consonants.
300. It's like,
I hope I'm in the shot.
I used my vowels when I said mine. You said vowels too, right?
I have
it's
no way of
one.
knowing.
You said one. You said
Oh.
A.
well, wasn't Calvin in there when you looked at it?
CLB.
Yeah, but he wasn't fully leaned over, so I don't know. I think I'm in it.
I said vowels.
You're ugly anyway.
Well, so
They need to
Calvin
see me.
scoot over just a tiny bit and then you scoot in.
No,
he's
he's
No.
fine. There's my knees at the perfect spot that I'm not having to battle on which side of the table I'm on. If I go that way, then I gotta battle.
True.
You know what I mean? I think I'm good. Unless you want to check. You want to check?
Y'all let us know in the comments.
Use my
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. I'm gonna slowly just move in towards
All right.
Calvin.
Episode 16, guys.
Hopefully he gets the hint.
Eddie, you said tomorrow's 17. You said in one of them that you had a story for 17.
I had a story for 17.
Yeah, you're like, it was like, what's our favorite number? And you're like, 17. And you're like, I have a story about 17. And you're like, oh, wait, I'm gonna share it on the 17th podcast.
Okay. So next podcast, I gotta share
So
that
it's just
story.
Do you know the
Tomorrow.
story?
So you
I
gotta,
heard
you gotta
it.
make your way. Oh, you
I'll have to
guys,
refresh
yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
I have to get a
I'll have
refresher.
some cool thing
I don't remember
for 24.
which one it was, but I remember editing and hearing that, and I was like, all right,
Ooh,
well,
go back and watch 'em
17, I'm gonna
all.
have to remind Eddie that he has a story for 17.
Nice. Anyone bring a topic?
I actually pulled a Jason this week and did bring a topic.
Oh, you did bring one.
You did get me, honestly.
I was like, oh wow, cool. I'm not the only one.
You got me.
I think I'm just gonna stick to never bringing a topic. That's my thing. The guy who doesn't show up on time.
Guy who doesn't
Gets
like
gas
top.
on the way to work.
At the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah, still
The topic
late.
is
Wake
really-
up early, go to work late.
it's just
That's one of my bars.
like a talking point or like a segue, you know? So it's not really necessary to have one. It's just during the conversation, if you bring something like if we were just outside talking, then it's basically just like to incept a natural conversation on the microphone instead of being like, all right, we're at the podcast. We should talk like this.
So
But
random.
like take that and put it in here, but filter out what doesn't need to be on the mic.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
random.
want the air cannon.
What?
Yeah,
the
Kita
air
would
cannon.
definitely come down here
Wait, what
and
are you
Air
talking about?
cannon
beat
full of
that ass.
topics.
You gotta
Where you
grab
blast
it.
it.
That's if we have a guest. Because I'm not getting showered in no goddamn confetti air cannon with
You could get
topics.
every
you
time.
could get a train with a bunch of carts and you put little notes in. It goes zoom, goes around,
That
and you pick one out.
is
That'd
true.
be pretty cool.
You know what we should do?
It's a happy medium.
Put a little like fold little topics or something on the bottom of the chess pieces, and then you play the game. And as the game goes, when a piece gets knocked off, you take it, open it up,
That'd be pretty cool.
look at the
too.
topic. Yeah,
Feels like
Could also
a,
roll a d20.
my idea is better.
feels like a.
Where are the dice?
In there. That's
There'd be no
Where are
rolls
my
today.
dice? What are my dice?
So,
So, Jason, you want to tell him about the Nerf campaign?
like, what about it?
Just like what you're thinking on it.
Oh.
And I want to see if we can get any spoilers out of you.
Okay, I will.
Basically
I'll
what
give
I'm
my
doing.
perspective. I'll give a grand, whatever. I wrote a Nerf campaign. We make like our own, not real D&D, but D&D games. But you know, it is what it is.
Homebrew, yeah.
Homebrew. Yeah. And so I wrote one for Nerf. So I have a bunch I bought a shit ton of extra Nerf guns too for it. And there's a bunch of levels. I wrote 20 levels. And they essentially, I'm the bad guy. They have to progress through. Well, I'm not the bad guy. I'm just always whatever the plot is.
The antagonist.
I'm the plot provoker. Because not all the characters are bad.
The narrator.
Yeah.
Is a good way to put it.
The narrator. That's good. And yeah, they have to ascend essentially 20 floors of this building. And there is a beast within the building they have to figure out how to destroy. And then there is somebody in the building they have to figure out how to rescue.
One of these days, there's gonna be a crap ton of D&D players that during that conversation we're sitting there screaming, "It's called a DM!"
Oh, yeah.
Like I know they're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Point in time.
DM, bro.
Damn,
Facts.
not say. And then, yeah.
Yikes.
Kind of a stretch.
So one
Like my
couple
sack.
things that I've
that
noticed.
you DM'd.
Couple things I've noticed is one, I think Eddie is probably the most rational player out of all you guys.
Say.
Yeah, because when we were in a standoff, there was a standoff moment with the first boss.
Oh,
mind you.
okay.
It's the first boss, and Eddie, he comes around the corner drawing. He sees what's going. He sees me first, but he sees that I don't have my weapon aimed at him. So his first instinct isn't just to blast. It's actually to, oh, what's going on here? Let's figure it out. In this standoff, Ryan and Calvin keep raising their weapons.
First
and you
off,
were hiding around the
first
corner with
off.
your. I saw you off the rip, and I was like,
I mean,
"You think
yeah,
she's slipping down
1,000%.
there?"
I was keeping cover. That was it.
Yeah, fair.
Ryan. just
But
started
Ryan made it
blasting
worse because he
mid
shot,
conversation. Yeah.
and then
Mid sentence.
he got blasted for it, and I saved you with another plot event that I didn't want to use so early, but now I had to do it.
All I'm saying is
Well, didn't we fail the first time?
You guys failed the first time because
Because
Calvin didn't revive Ryan.
Why did Ryan die? Why is it Calvin's fault?
He got shot.
Ryan died. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
not
But it
Calvin's
was your
fault.
job to heal
I
him. You're the
had-
medic.
I had good odds. I took the gamble to heal the gambler,
Mhm.
and it didn't hit.
Okay.
I feel like that was the way it should
So-
have gone out.
So let's put it this way, right?
How did
If
your
it's
story
if
end?
it's a football game and in that moment Ryan's the
I made it
quarterback,
to level 2.
if that moment Ryan's
was
the
viciously
Yeah,
mauled
screw
by a
him.
beast.
Let him get sacked. I'm going Wildcat.
look, if it was a football game and in that moment Ryan's the quarterback and you're the tight end and you decide not to block and instead
I'm
you
going
go for a
Wildcat.
pass and then Ryan gets sacked and you'd be like, "Whoa, you should have passed it."
I'm gonna be like,
It's
go
like, well, you
sit
should've
on
blocked.
the bench. We're going Wildcat. I'm running this.
There's no route. You're the tight end.
Exactly. I'm the
Tight end.
Wildcat QB
Nope.
as tight end.
No.
Yes.
That's not how that one worked.
It's how it worked. I made it to level 2.
All
Dummy
bones.
here to
Eddie
No,
the
but then what
elevator door.
happened? You guys died.
All
You
bones.
were
Eddie
supposed
didn't
to close the
elevator door.
You were supposed to close
Eddie
the
didn't
door.
close
Vicious,
the elevator
vicious
door.
death.
You were the
dude.
last
You were
person to walk
covering
out.
door.
Not peaceful way to go either.
I
No,
was
yeah.
watching our front.
Got
You
mauled
were
by the
the
beast.
last person to walk out.
Covering-
You
Calvin's
should've
entire
closed
hard
the
work
door.
that. So.
What?
But you did learn something. The point is, and when they revived, they spawned with their memories, but they lost all their stuff. And if you're listening to all the character points of what the characters say, it would give you insight of how to finish and beat the game.
Hey, I've killed 2 bosses at this point. That's all.
What bosses?
I shot you.
Which
through
ones?
The,
You killed
well,
the bee guy's
first
not
one's
dead.
Technically, no.
The honeybee's not
Yeah.
dead. And the wasp or whatever his name was, he's not a
He's
boss.
like a
I
vigilante.
mean, yeah.
He's like
but-
he's a mercenary.
A mercenary.
Or was a
Yeah.
mercenary.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yep.
But I will
We all
say
killed him one
I will
time.
say
We were
one
reviving
thing
him.
one thing that I didn't or I have to figure out how to do because it's only me when you guys enter the level if it's not Carter and Amber, but they get so distracted so easily it's hard to actually keep them in like a thing is like figuring out how to get you guys more because if it's you 3 fighting me every time there's not a lot of money coming in.
That's
'cause-
what I was saying. Set up dummies. Like
Mm.
we have like the catcher dude.
Yeah.
Like set up like little like where you gotta we gotta ding ding. All these guys gotta go.
Yeah.
And then you can do catcher versus football. So it's like if it's catcher you don't shoot or whatever. So then you flip it and then boom you shoot. And he's like innocent. Like
Yeah.
in like Men in
You
Black
lose
when
points.
he's gotta do this.
So I didn't anticipate you guys still having the starter guns at round 4. Honestly, I thought you would have better guns by then.
I mean,
Honestly, the starter guns are pretty nice.
Yeah, they
when
are.
they don't jam.
Yeah. So I bought
I don't know. I've
these.
had a terrible experience with them.
I found these Nerf. They're not
That's why I
Nerf
died the
guns,
first
but
time.
they shoot little bullets. There's actually one on the ground right here. I'll show you. They shoot these tiny bullets. They're not like regular Nerf bullets. It's tiny ones, and you have to put them in the little shell first, and then the gun jams so easily. They're like $10 each. They look like Glocks.
Well, also some of the bullets don't shoot. Like you get stuck in the.
Yeah,
different
which it makes
guns.
it fun because you got like the jam mid battle. Like when Eddie went down, I went to pick up his gun. I just go to cock it back, and there's like 2 shells jammed in the
That's
chamber.
the reason why I went down.
And then I had to like get it out the chamber. So it is kind of cool because the jams and stuff. So that's one thing I'm thinking about. How do I bring that? But as you guys get to more levels, it'll be easier to get money because it's 50 times whatever level you clear. So if you clear level 4, you'll get $200.
Well, the thing is like
Level 10's 500. You know.
I think you should just allow us to buy bullets for the single guns.
Yeah. So that would.
Because like that's the reason why I didn't buy it because I could only have 1 bullet, and it's like I mean so I would have to get a headshot with it. Or else
Yeah,
it's
maybe I'll do
useless.
that. Yeah, or lower / up the damage of the small ones. But it's already 1 and 2, so I don't know how
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah, maybe so. I could also make it so you have to buy bullets for the starter gun, and that would make you guys get rid of them pretty fast because you got to hold like 8 in there, and it's like maybe you don't want to pay that every time.
Popping them off fast too.
Yeah, how fast you let them fly.
Could also like just do it like different. It's like, all right, this round, this is like they're cheaper if you leave bullets in your or what you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, like
There's, like, little, like,
yeah, you
special,
can't use
like-
this one, or this guy's invincible to this.
In this
Type
round, if you
thing.
use, they're half off if you use these. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of direct what armory loadouts do you prefer in each one of these like moments of the campaign. Where it's like right now you want us in these type of guns. Okay, I want you in these guns. Make it more incentive to get you into these guns.
Yeah.
Maybe just for a round or 2, and then you drop it back to whatever else it is.
Yeah.
But just flip it like that.
Yeah. Definitely.
how do we set up? Because I like the dummy idea as another target, but how do we set up us getting hit? Like in the like here.
The only thing
It would just be Jason, but
I would have to.
having us be distracted by the other things.
I think what I need
It could
over
be
you
like-
guys is better gear. I
It
need
could
to
also
have.
be like Fortnite, where you gotta go and like do the thing. You know? what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
It could be like 1,
Complete an
2,
objective before
3,
we
Yeah.
4, 5. All right,
yeah,
that-
maybe I do need to add objectives.
just that, little things like all right, find the map. You know
'Cause
what
I
mean?
only
Just
had-
different things like that, where it's like
Yeah.
now we're in this corner and Jason knows we're gonna go to that corner, so the minute we go walk the now, we can shoot, and just changes up where
Yeah,
we're not all looking at him, we're all looking at different.
because
You-
everything in the game I had so far is a secret objective. Like when I left the faucet running, just slightly in the kitchen, and if they would have noticed and turned it off, then it would affect the game. But they didn't notice and they left it on, which caused the first 2 floors to flood. So that
Right.
and then they have to go back to the basement or the boiler room underneath floor 1, but floor 2 and 1 are now flooded because it was left on. So change the
Yeah,
game.
idiots.
So yeah.
You didn't make it to round 2.
But early on-
okay.
early
we
on-
would
It's
have
the
made
first
it.
round. How hard can it be?
We would have made it.
right before we opened the door to start the first round, like the first round, first game, that was what Ryan said. It was like, we were sitting here trying to strategize, and Ryan's like, it's the first round. It's like,
And he gets bodied.
How hard could it be?
And then we went back.
Then my
and
gun
repeated
jams,
it.
I get sniped in the head.
When we repeat the first
But,
round, he
and
says
we-
the same exact thing.
He hasn't learned anything. That's hilarious.
but no, I meant there should
Uh,
just be more ways for us to die. Like we need
I
some
need
form
bombs.
of.
See, I was
Yeah,
gonna
or
buy
like
Nerf
landmine
grenades,
or-
but
also
they're
run
fucking
timers.
expensive.
But I was thinking that's true.
You get like a cooking timer.
I was thinking-
Ding. When you hear the ding, it's
Yeah.
like
Boom.
floor explodes or like gas release.
Yeah.
I was
Something
thinking
if
like
you didn't buy a mask that time,
we
you
need
know,
to get
shit like that.
you like laser pointers. That way you could have snipers on deck, and if we ever look down and realize, like
Okay,
No,
I
I'm not
think
too good at laser
two
pointers. That's a
things.
good idea.
One, one of the things that like swayed me from coming into like the armory area and like setting up the shop is that how messy the room was. Because I'm like stepping over too much. It's too much of a hassle. So next time we play, if we get that room like clean, so it's easy for me to navigate everything.
Also, do we still have that light with all the arms? Or did we throw that shit away?
The light with the arms.
Remember that we had in the other studio? It was like had 5 different arms.
Oh, I give that to Eddie. I thought.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's facts.
Do you have that? I think I gave it to you. He's like, I don't fucking know. Or it's in the garage.
Cause just that
I think
idea.
I wanted to take it, but then I just didn't.
Yeah, I
So,
think you're like, oh, you just leave it here.
It might have got thrown away. Cause my idea for that with that one would have been like you could have it where it's off, and then you could like hit the switch, and whatever the light is, that's like you're in the security camera or some shit like that. But
Yeah, I'll do.
there's little like traps and little things
Yeah,
to make it where we have to avoid.
I think it'd be easier if I had, like, cause for me to like,
Could also do spikes. Like
if I had
you could put shit on the ground where if we step on it, it's like, oh, it's a spike.
yeah, if I had more people, I think to like be like, you're doing this round.
Yeah, but that's why since if you only have you have to
Be creative.
create other things like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then with people, there are more people than you can add or do.
Yeah.
You can. Whatever.
It's early though. You guys are still, I think, on floor 4.
Yeah, I
3
think we're
now.
on
I think you had to
4.
go back. So I don't know. You didn't clear 4. I don't remember. You're not on 5. I know that.
No, I think we're on 4. Like
Yeah.
whenever we start,
No,
we'll
I
be
thought
going
we
into
cleared.
4.
No, you'd have to go
Back
backwards.
4 again. Already.
No, you didn't get the 5.
No, because 4 was the wasp.
You didn't clear it. You guys went back.
No, I think 3 was wasp, right?
I mean, my phone's over. I can't look, but
Because we went back to 2.
3 was the first boss battle. You guys didn't finish it. You had to go back. Then you went
Yeah.
back on that floor, and it was the wasp, and you killed the wasp, and you progressed to 4. So now you're on. You got from 3 to 4. So you'll spawn at 4. Yeah. I think I can double check, but
I wanted to go back to 2 long before we ever went to 3.
And it was also before it got flooded. So like,
yeah, you have to figure that one out.
yikes.
Also, early on, those little things are to show you that to pay attention to what's going on because there's
Never.
other things going on.
Level 4.
Never will I
How
care.
hard could it
Nah.
be?
It's level 4.
But yeah, so that's the idea. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
It's
lit.
dope.
I had a topic. I remember what the
Creativity.
topic was.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon.
I want to
Streaming
get
it's
back in
fun.
the showdown. Get on the road to 1500.
Bro, just join the game I'm playing, bro. Do it there.
The MMO game. Just
It's
doesn't
better, bro,
show you
because
all the good
the
stuff.
thing I'm telling you that I like it. We talked about this in the last one. Actually, we were like, it's funny. Eddie would have loved it because
Yeah,
we
we
talked about
talked
Pokemon more than
crap ton
any
of
other
Pokemon
podcast,
last-
hands down. It was like an
I-
hour of Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah.
The other day, I asked him, I was like, oh, dude, because I brought up something that we said on the podcast, and I was like, oh, you weren't there. All we did was talk
Ooh.
about, and I just stopped, and I was like, you know what? Nah.
How you said it to me, he was like, the boys didn't tell you, and I was like, tell me what, and he was like, well, on the podcast, you just have to watch it when it comes
Yeah,
out.
that's the funny thing I do like, and I've only experienced this once now because I missed one. But if any of us missed the podcast, no one else will say anything to anybody else about what it was. I was like, oh, if you want to know, go watch it.
There's like almost so much.
I just think it's like if you're not there,
Yeah.
that's it.
You gotta watch
You
it.
missed out.
Go watch it.
You gotta go watch it like everybody
Your
else.
audience now.
Yeah. If you missed the
Comment in the
thing,
section below.
yeah, then leave a comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday probably. Dropping them until we're back to 1.
That's hard.
And right now this is what 3 on the Gauntlet.
Yeah,
3. I'm gonna
pretty
do
dope.
8. Because
Dude.
if the Ravens win, I'm gonna be gone that week. So if we get to next Thursday, or when we get to next Thursday, it'll be 21. So we went ahead.
yeah. I like already in this year. I feel like because I've been saying the OOA Internet Takeover for like 3 years, but I've already in this.
Was it really pre-journey though that we were saying that?
Yeah. Dude, that's been on my mind for like a long. Like I was like, you gotta use the internet.
That is true because
Where everybody's at.
Snapchat was big at that moment.
Yeah, I was
we did
using
a lot of
Snapchat.
Snapchat stuff.
I hated that. Fucking send
Yeah.
the same shit to 1,000 people. So much clicking. You can't just send to all.
1,000 random people and then just
Yeah.
going through click.
See, because they don't those things they don't want you to use their platforms as marketing tools, even though that's what a lot of people use them for. Like you,
It's monetized though, isn't it?
well, yes, they want
Well, 'cause they want you to go to that. They want you to go on your Snap, communicate with whatever, and then swipe right.
And
So
look,
that you see like all those little like news things.
because look at this
Watch
way, right?
and
Like if
discover
I
page.
sold like T-shirts, like that was my main thing. Like I make T-shirts and I sell them, and I could just go on Snapchat, add like 10,000 people, because I could be like, click Eddie's friends list, add all, click Calvin's, add all, click Ryan's, add all, click one of a mutual friend between two of you, add all, mutual friend between two of you, add all, mutual friend between two of the new people, add all, and I go do that till I get to like 10K, and then you make one post and you send it to all 10K with one click. Then you're able to market what you have to market to a mass amount of people, but so is everybody else. And the thing that they control is they can do that. They can put stuff on the Discover page. They can put stuff, whatever page that people will see it, they have the keys to it. The moment they give the keys away, they give the ability to promote their agenda, which doesn't have to be a conspiracy, but it's like their T-shirts, the stuff they want to sell, the TikTok store, the stuff they want to put in there. You take that away, then you give it to everybody else, then anybody can do that. And then you oversaturate the market, and you have 10,000 people sending 10,000 people a post with one click. And then you open up your Snapchat and you have 800 people trying to sell T-shirts to you. You know what I mean? And then it becomes saturated. So I get why this doesn't happen, but I wish that I would use it more if I had those tools. And that's why, like, you know, YouTube, I think YouTube, I was going between YouTube and Twitch when I was going to start streaming. And I decided YouTube because YouTube will save your videos when you're done. Like after you do the stream, it'll save the video. You can go edit it. Twitch, after a month or 2 weeks or something, and if you're not one of the big guys, your stuff is gone. You have to save clips. The clips get saved. But if you don't save any clips, whatever you did is gone. When I was streaming like BDSP on Twitch, whenever that came out, everything I did is gone. The only thing that's there is I saved a clip of me failing a shiny nose pass. That's the only thing, because I failed it. And that's the only thing that's there. So everything I did, I don't even know how much I probably did like 8 hours total of whatever combination stuff. All that's gone. I have no idea. But YouTube saves it. So if I'm doing the Nuzlocke. If you want to look back, because when I was a kid and I'd watch like Platinum, I love watching the Let's Plays. Long before Nuzlocks were popular, the Let's Plays is what was popular. Not walkthroughs, Let's Plays.
Yeah.
And I'd watch people play like the Let's Play, and they'd be like, Let's Play, and then Let's Play Platinum, and then they'd go through the whole game. And I would literally be playing my game, and I'd watch people play the Let's Plays, and I'd go back to playing my game, and it'd be like that.
That's how I used to do it.
Yeah. And that art, I think, doesn't exist the same way today. But if you did the Let's Play on Twitch, after a month, everything is gone. Even if you don't finish the Let's Play from the time it started to the time you finish it within a month, your episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're all gone. People can't jump in and see what you did. You can't look back 3 years later and see what you did. It deletes it. Twitch, I think they do it because it forces people to, like, if you're a Twitch creator and you're a YouTube creator and you both do your Let's Plays, in 2 years from now, you can still get paid off your Let's Play. 2 years from now, you can't, which forces you to be stuck on Twitch.
True.
So you have to keep going back to make your money. It's the difference between long-term versus short-term. Twitch is short-term. If you get popping on Twitch, you can make money like that. Quick donations, all that short-term money. But you have to keep coming back. You're working for tips. Long-term is an investment. YouTube is an investment. YouTube is a stock. YouTube is every time that thing goes up, I go up with it. Twitch is short-term money. So I chose YouTube. Long-term. I don't know. Study the game. So I think it's fun. That's why I'm, doing the PvPs. I do wish I could like maybe you can screen record, just stream off my phone when I'm playing. Because for some reason on my phone, I have games where I just like whoop the other people and it's not even close. I'm like, yeah. And then I go on the computer and I just get like clapped and I'm like, what? So I look on it, like most of the things I recorded are losses. But then I can show my record and be like, look, I'm actually winning. Just not on camera. So
Get nervous on camera.
Yeah, I guess because I don't know, you think, and yeah, like the first couple like moves I make always is to see how good the other player is. I do the same thing in chess. I always try to see how good the other player is first, and then when I figure out where their like skill level is, that's how I play. Because you have to figure like how far are they thinking ahead. If you think 10 steps ahead and they only think 2 steps ahead, you're over predicting what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
they're gonna do something like, oh, what? You have to figure out where they're thinking and just go 1 step ahead of them. That's it. Don't have to think 10 steps ahead. Just one step ahead of whatever your competition is. That's it. But then sometimes you make the mistake, like we didn't switch out the.
Sometimes it's good to think like 2 steps ahead though, because then you really get the disrespect.
Oh.
I was gonna say just in case you fumble, you get an extra possession.
Yeah, that makes sense. 2
That
steps
too,
ahead is
that
cool.
too. Or disrespect them.
Eddie's like, you go and you teabag him twice.
Yeah.
Teabag the faded Pokemon score.
But I like it. I don't know. The first video I did, the first Nuzlocke, I already failed the first. I always do that. Every time I play Nuzlocke, I fail like the first go around. But the first video got like 40 views right off the bat. And I was like, all right, it's pretty lit.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm going to continue it. And do other things. I also thought nobody does this, which I don't think it's going to matter that I say it. But in this Pokemon game, nobody does giveaways and gives away anything truly valuable. The only ones who do that are the ones who own the game. They give away. They do like events, and if you win the event, you get stuff. But I was like, yo, I could just. This is crazy. I shouldn't even say this out loud, but it's a smart strategy. For $10 real life, it equivalates to like 2.4 million Pokeyen in the game, and you can buy decent shinies for like 2 million. So you could put $10 into the game, and then buy a cool shiny, and then post a giveaway. I'm going to be giving this shiny away. It costs you $10 in real life. Now, what the entry fee to be able to get it, that I haven't decided. Like, what would that be? But you essentially could build traffic into whatever it is that you're doing.
Follow.
Yeah, just follow. Follow, screenshot, send it on the
Follow,
DM.
subscribe, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, you got
And the
that,
winner-
you're in.
Yeah.
Well, you could just do it based on like a random subscriber, but then it might not be somebody that's.
Yeah, so I would only do it based off like screenshot. It'd be like a window. Like you win within the window. You subscribe at this point in time, or just show you're subscribed.
Yeah.
I don't even care. You don't have to be a new subscriber. Just show you're subscribed. Hit the button, screenshot it, send it. We'll draw in like 5 days, and whoever wins it wins it. And even if it's like 10 people who do it, one person's gonna be like, "Yo, I won this shiny," and they're gonna be watching your videos now because you gave them something worth 2 million. They could sell it in the game for 2 million.
Ooh, no. You know what you do there? You like post the video saying you're doing the giveaway up until whatever day, and they have to leave a comment for entry. That way,
Yeah,
you
that's
choose
easier.
a random
No,
comment.
what you do is
Whoever you choose, then they have to file in.
And then you can post on Instagram and TikTok.
Like, you
go
have
watch
to
this
be-
This is the
video
winner.
for a
You
winning
have to be a
contest.
subscriber, and comment.
Yeah. I like
yeah.
that.
Well, what you should do is do that when the winner goes. Make a post about how you gave them the shiny, sell the shiny, buy a new one, and then do another one. It's like
Scam artist.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So that's something I thought about because, like, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's like the multimedia aspect in my mind. You take the stuff like the because I love the Pokemon, and honestly, I feel less pressure. Like the music stuff, I feel more pressure. I feel like, and I don't like making clips of the music shit. Like I don't like going on the podcast and finding it's okay. I don't like making clips. I hate doing clips. I don't like doing it. Shorts and stuff. I really don't. I like long. This is a piece of like a dinner. I don't want to go and get a like.
You heard it here
thing out the-
first, ladies and gentlemen. The guru eats long.
Yeah, I mean,
Long dinners.
I like the event, man.
Candle lit.
I like going to a restaurant. Like, okay, I like going to. Most people go.
teapot.
Most people go to a restaurant to just eat. Sounds simple, right? You go to eat. I'm hungry. I go eat. But most people don't go to enjoy their life, and that's the shit I like.
That is annoying. Cause you gotta like serve negative energy.
Yeah, like you just want to eat. You're hungry. Like, oh, give me some food. It's like, bro, you suck.
That's why it's nice when you get a positive energy table.
Like
You're
enjoy your
"Ooh."
day. Like enjoy your life.
As long as you don't do anything, like as long as you don't forget to put their food in or
Like-
do anything to like hurt their experience, you're gonna.
Just
be
think
good.
about it. Like we live in an era where you can just go to a building, look at a piece of paper and say, I want that. And they bring that to you. And you
Well,
sit there.
version of that. Depending did you pick the picture item or just the word?
You never pick the picture item. Just kidding. I actually think the picture items at my job are the best on the menu, to be honest.
You could probably do. I feel like the desserts, right? too?
Some of them, actually. What do you mean for desserts?
Like desserts, like you can't like when you take a picture of a dessert, like You know, like
Thing
a
is,
piece
like-
of cake on a plate, like it's gonna be the same piece of cake on
Well,
a plate.
nah, because you can have the size, right? It could be a fat piece of cake in the picture, but then you get this little slither.
Yeah.
Well, whoever's giving you the cake should make sure they equally cut the slices.
No.
That ain't happening. In
You ever
every
seen those
restaurant.
apple cutter? You ever seen an apple cutter
Mhm.
Yeah.
where he like
The
goes?
core.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me tell you this though, right?
I'm not disagreeing with
They
you.
they have
I'm
they
not
have
disagreeing
the
with you at all.
cutters. They have the
Yeah.
cutters like the big wheel cutter, and it goes that for slices. And if you do that with the exact center of the slicer, that all the things meet in the center of the cake, it's equal. But if it's a little bit over, you're gonna have a piece that gets hit by the slicer bigger, and one that gets hit
Yes, you
smaller.
need a rod in the middle of the cake.
That's too much.
It's a little thin one, a
This
little
ain't-
thin needle,
yeah.
and you drop
See,
it down.
But then
It's not Carl Lowe's Bakery.
But then you still have
That's
to
cake
determine
boss.
That's
where
why
to
they're not
put the
number
rod.
one. Probably like number 5. What'd you say?
I said then you still got to determine where you like put the cake on the skewer.
Yeah.
No, you make like the circle like a plate. Like the cake
You
should
know what-
always be
you
on
know
that
what you gotta
same
do?
circle.
You have
like,
to make a
same circumference.
custom like baking pan that already has this like thing in the middle.
That's what I'm saying. Bake the cake and then you put the slicer, but it's like a little thin needle, so it can only fit if you put it on the right end. It goes down.
Yeah.
It's a little thin little hole. So you gotta be nice with it.
Yeah.
What if we just
To the perfect cake.
What if we
slices.
just start baking cake by the slice?
Okay.
Get your slice cake, yeah.
I
Cake by a slice.
Slice cakes,
$5.99.
cake slices, hey.
see. All you did was
Chocolate and vanilla.
you just made a cupcake, a square,
triangle.
a triangle. Yeah.
It's a wedge.
Wedge, yeah.
Oh, cake wedges. Cake
What about the-
wedges?
Cake
Yeah.
wedges.
I'd be down for that. Well, I would do honestly.
Get your wedges,
All right,
hey.
like, let's be real though. If we made like a day, we're like, yo, we're baking cake,
Churro on a stick.
and we have people, let people know, yo, we're baking cake, come through, and we just tell everybody it's a cake event. $1, $1 to get in. Yeah, we probably get a lot of people to come out.
And then you just give them, you let them take a
Give-
picture of the
give 'em
cake.
slither.
You let them take a picture of the cake and then say, thanks
Yo,
for
you
coming.
send a picture of dollar slice, and it's like a big plate, it's like a fat slice, and they get in here, it's like a little like, tiny thing. Like, oh, the big slices are $10. Sorry.
They gotta feed the whole, anyone who wants to go.
Yeah. I know what you about to say.
There's like 10.
I
I
heard
don't,
what you
I don't
said.
know what I was about to say.
I heard what you said.
Speaking of false advertising.
Ryan trying to always false advertise.
yo, oh my bad.
Yo.
Yeah, dude, shut up, dude.
Breaking people's eardrums
Y'all were the,
over here.
yo, dude. Then you know what? Get better eardrums.
This episode is brought to you by. No, sorry, I can't make that joke.
Hearing aids.
Y'all were the ones who were trying to
Fix
give
your
people
shit.
fucking 1 millimeter cake slices.
This is a great time to introduce our.
Little cake nuggets.
Our sponsor of the week.
See, I'll be having these, like, it's a bad joke. Like, I know it's a bad joke, but do I say it if I already know it's a bad joke that I shouldn't say it?
All right, sponsor of the week. What item or company has made you feel like you should shout them out right now?
So I was actually about to go into what we were talking about the other day about Wendy's.
Wendy's.
And how they had like the slogan of like never frozen burgers.
Oh no.
It's like, how are you gonna say their burger's not frozen? You have a square patty, right? To begin
Yeah.
with, so like
Yeah, they used the perfect cutter, dude.
the perfect color. And what do they do with all
Yeah.
that meat scraps? They're just throwing it away.
You know, they just cut. They get the cow, they slice his whole body like this, like little slices,
vertical.
like cheese,
Yeah.
and then they take the square and they go. And you
You're
got
fu-
perfect
So what
squares.
you're telling me is they're
Just like the
fry
cake, dude.
they're cutting the cows like fries at Wendy's.
Yo, okay, hold up,
Like
hold up, hold up.
potatoes.
Yo, I got it. I got
Yo,
it.
have you seen a meat cutter, bro?
guys, I
Have you seen
got
what they
it.
do with the meat cutter? They go like
Guys.
this. So they just take the cow, chop off his
Oh, a
head, chop off,
slicer?
It's
chop off
over.
his feet.
It's over. This is it. This is the idea that blows us up,
You
right?
know, shave the cow.
We
off.
open up a restaurant. We call it Cow Squared. It's the little two, right? And that's exactly how we make them. Just right down the middle, and then just from that way. The little chops like that. Slap that joint down. Cow
Slap it
Squared.
down.
Yeah.
No, don't they just?
And
don't
then
they,
yo, Cow Cube comes next.
don't
Coming
they
soon.
get the patties?
Cow Cube?
Don't they get the
It
patties?
comes on little plates with little.
It's not
pictures.
not cooked in the middle. It's not cooked all the way.
Don't they get the patties circle and then they chop them up into squares
What do
and
you
then
mean
take
get
those?
the patty?
You know what I mean? They get the circle patties, chop them into squares, take those ends, merge them together into another square. You know what I'm
Grind it
saying?
up. Yeah.
So you're telling me that every single Wendy's in the entire United States and the world are doing that every morning?
Yeah, that's why
Have you
you get a square. You get 75% of the burger. That way they can get more money.
You save the rest.
You seen?
Okay, so are you shouting at Wendy's or are you shouting them out to say something?
Shouting
I'm
at
shouting
Wendy's.
at Wendy's. Yeah, definitely shouting.
What
at
about their
Wendy's.
4 for $4? That's not
The
happening.
4 for 4 is lit, and you still get a burger with it. And that's what
I
we're
remember
talking
when
right now.
you could get 10 nuggets from Burger King for $1. Like, what is this?
It's not chicken, that's for sure.
No.
So they this.
Paste.
Ooh, this one trying to make a little
Good.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
They just make fucking special need dinosaur.
Yikes.
Dino nuggies.
Y'all seen the South Park
Is
episode?
that too much?
No,
where
that was great.
they have like the cafeteria and the where they what's the Incredimeat or whatever it's called.
No, I haven't seen this one.
And so like they're trying to find like a healthy source, and Cartman's just like, I just want to eat junk food, and the girl's like, I want healthy food, and they find a happy median on like this like Incrediburger or something like that, or Incredimeat.
The Beyond Meat stuff. You know, when that stuff came out, the first time, like one of the first times I ever heard of it, I was in Canada with my grandma, and Canada has this place called Harvey's. It's like exactly like Hardee's except with a V instead of a D. And then
It's
and
way
she was
better.
so mad, like she was looking at the TV, like she's mad.
So America gives you the D, is what you're saying.
There's no way it can taste like real meat. She's so mad. I was like, why are you so mad about this?
Well, it's impossible, didn't they say?
Yeah.
Would you have impossible fish?
Definitely.
Can I get the impossible
Nah.
salmon?
Any salmon you order is impossible.
Does that sound
salmon.
advertising? The impossible salmon.
What?
Any salmon you order is impossible
Yeah.
salmon.
You have a backing on that
Well, no, it's
statement?
Well, what's real salmon? You define me real salmon real quick.
Real salmon is probably I would say I would call farm salmon real salmon.
What do you mean farm salmon? Like
Like salmon that grew up on farms. Like you're saying cows that are grown on farms aren't real
okay.
cows.
No.
they're
I'm
wild.
just asking. So if you take a farm salmon,
Right.
okay, and that's interesting. Okay, and you take a wild salmon, like a wild salmon,
I
you
mean, they'll
just
taste different.
out here. If you cut both of them open, do you think they look the same?
No.
What is the difference between the one that's in the wild and one that's farm salmon?
Well, it's
Farm is
doesn't mean
pink.
it's impossible.
Wait, we're not there yet.
The difference is one's in
beyond.
captivity and one's not in captivity.
No, okay, I'll tell you that the difference is they put food coloring in the food to make the salmon look brighter.
Well, actually,
Therefore, it's impossible
it's-
because you can't get that.
it's
in
because when you're in control of the tank, just like a fish tank, you balance the minerals within it. So they're providing the salmon with enough nutrients to have that color.
reality. Okay, yes, but also
As
the
opposed to
big
out in
fish
the wild,
companies
they're trying to
who
find it.
sell the fish to the people who take them, there's a color palette, and they say, which color do you want? And they say,
Yeah.
we'll do whatever we need to do to get it to
it's
that.
all in the tank.
So, I mean, no.
What
Because
about
Seems
inject
pretty-
those
because
salmon?
even all of
Check
the
those see though, okay?
all of the salmon in the tank isn't going to absorb all of the minerals the same way. So yeah, you're gonna have different gradients.
I don't know.
Because
If
it's
I
like,
went to
alright,
McDonald's and they gave me a green patty, they gave me a green patty, I'm gonna look at that shit weird. Like
That's how I
that's
felt
what if
about
you-
like.
What if you had a shamrock shake?
That's
with
what
it?
it-
That's the first
exactly
thing
What
I
if
was
about
McDonald's
say.
drops the impossible
But-
filet of fish?
I'm not gonna lie though.
Are you eating it?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think we did a TikTok when they had the new Spider-Man came out and they had the red burger.
Yeah,
and I was like, I want
Burger
that
King.
red burger. So actually, if
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
green patty, I'd probably get it because it was
But
green.
was it red?
Pretty
The
It was
bun was
red. The
red.
bun was red.
Yeah, but not the burger.
No,
Looking like some
it was pretty
SpongeBob
exactly what you
Pretty
think it would
pretty
be.
patties.
It was about
Pretty patties.
20%
yeah.
worse. Whatever you think it's gonna be, yeah, it was like 20% worse.
And you didn't get the cup with it either. You should have got the cup.
I didn't even
with
know
it.
there was a cup.
No, because we
I'm
went
going back to get it.
No, we went back in the drive-through line, and you said something about the cup. and
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't have any.
Yeah, I should have returned it right there.
Should return the burger.
Uh,
Actually, I don't want.
Get
I
my
thought it
money
was gonna
back.
be blue.
so I don't know. I just thought I went to a place to pick up food the other day, like a week ago or a week and a half ago, and then I was like, oh, I placed a to-go order, and then they're like, okay, cool, got you. I went and sat down. Like 20 minutes go by.
American Deli.
No, and I was
That's
like,
the first one that popped in my head too.
and I get up to go be like, because I hungry and I wanted to get home, and I was like,
Domino's.
how long? I was like, I just
Steak and
questioned
shake.
how long is it gonna be? They're like, oh, another 20, 30, 35 minutes. I was like, what? Like, why didn't you tell me this to begin with? That it's gonna take me an hour to get.
Carrabba's.
No, it was quick too. It wasn't supposed to be.
Outback. Longhorn.
I'm not gonna tell you, even if you get it.
Uh,
I ain't giving no shout out to where I
McDonald's.
be at on the camera. Hell no.
Denny's.
Actually, yes.
99-cent nuggets at Burger King.
Yeah.
Dude, Denny's is.
$1 for
Dude,
10.
if Denny's came down here, man, it would contend with Cracker Barrel. So heavy, bro.
Change the game.
It would
and IHOP
contend
would
with
just go out of
IHOP
business.
and Waffle House. Cracker Barrel will always exist because I don't understand what that place is. You go in there, you got like checkers on a quilted rug,
I wanna
80
say-
rocking chairs.
Sure, there's a Denny's down.
That place is
I
not.
looked it up before. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it's not like you would
Close.
think that there would be a Denny. Fucking A.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Denny's in Georgia.
Cut that.
How long do you think we're in? What bar are we at?
1,225.
Okay.
So,
So about an hour.
In San Jose, so it'll be lit.
what did you just say? Because it triggered something, then we went on the Denny's thing, and I lost it.
Something about
That Cracker Barrel.
Cracker
Oh,
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel, right?
Denny's nuts.
80 rocking
So,
chairs.
It's supposed to be like, at least from what I've seen. I've only been there once, but I don't know if you've ever been to like an Amish like buffet or something like that.
No.
But basically, at like those things, it's like they'll have like a firewood stove, and that's how they do everything. They cook everything on firewood.
They do that at Cracker
Yeah.
Barrel?
Well, I don't know if they do that at Cracker
Oh,
Barrel,
shit.
but I do this at like the Amish
See,
restaurants, and they'll have like little stores with like
Yeah.
candles and jellies and stuff like everything's homemade, right? So I think Cracker Barrel's supposed to be a play on that.
If you take IHOP out
I just don't
by
understand.
the highway over there and you put Denny's there, bro, 24-hour Denny's, it would
I-
destroy Waffle
I think
House and
I do
IHOP.
think you're a little biased about Denny's because Denny's was like
Okay, maybe it won't take out Cracker Barrel. We'll definitely take
Yeah.
out IHOP. And,
I think it would take out IHOP for sure.
And
not
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
Why
People
not?
love Waffle House
People
down
love
here.
Waffle
but there's
House,
so
yeah.
many of them. You think it wouldn't take out that one right there?
No, it wouldn't. It's like anything, bro. You can like have like
You can get $4
whatever
pancakes,
pizza place
bro.
there
All you
is
can eat.
around
Why
the
would you not
corner.
go there?
You can put a new pizza place that's like clearly better in every regard, and the old one will still stand. If it's a chain, doesn't matter. It's still gonna be there. People are still gonna be like, that's what I'm used to.
I would if they opened them at Denny's and McDonald's, I would go there all the time.
Y'all just keep
Oh,
dropping the fucking locations.
There is a Denny's in
We're trying to
Anaheim.
get them to do it.
These are cuts, dude.
Trying to get Denny's to do it.
I live in Anaheim.
We don't even live in McDonough.
824
Reverse
Anaheim
psychology.
Drive,
We live
Florida,
in
Your mom's
Wichita.
house.
Kansas.
Your mom's house.
Unfortunately,
we live on 7 Pivot Drive. Like,
I can see Russia from my house.
this has been the worst podcast I've been a part of.
I know, dude.
Talking about red burgers and 99-cent
bad.
nuggets.
I don't know. Burger King did that. The
And
right
foot
burger?
lettuce.
Do you think you
foot
could
lettuce.
make a
What about foot lettuce?
You seen that where the guy stood in the
Burger
lettuce?
King foot lettuce.
There's a guy. I think was it Burger King or Wendy's?
Burger King.
Is it the guy who stood in the lettuce?
last thing you want?
It's like a video of a
somebody
guy
else's foot fungus
who, like,
in your
He posted a
lettuce.
picture of his like just those like clear tubs that like the little like that big in restaurants they put food. It was like one of lettuce or two of lettuce, and he's just with his shoes just standing in the tub on top of the lettuce, and he posted and he got arrested. They found him.
Burger King. But
What the hell?
Did I tell this story? I don't know if I told this story. When I was I don't
Did you
know.
put your feet in?
No, I've never
Did
done.
you see the
something
one
so
Burger
foul.
King employee it was like his 27-year anniversary at Burger King, and they gave him a bag of Reese's Pieces.
Did they really? Wow.
So he started GoFundMe, he got like 400K. So that was nice.
I've been thinking about starting to go
Or like 140 maybe.
What should my GoFundMe be?
You're not at the point to have a GoFundMe.
Why? Why?
You
What's
should
the
make
point?
Your GoFundMe.
I'm about to starve
Yeah,
myself.
that's
for this.
exactly what I was going into.
About to start
Make
what?
me famous, or I'm gonna start myself.
I will actually starve myself if my GoFundMe doesn't work out. Then I'm not eating our fuse. I'm tired of
Give me
eating
money
food.
Or-
when I eat.
All you eat, you change your sole mission, your GoFundMe to eat every fast food.
No, you
restaurant
see
in
what
the
happened
United
to that
States.
one guy? That one guy,
Super
was
Size Me.
no, not that guy.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
there's
he
a-
was only McDonald's.
There was a dude who's a famous YouTuber. I don't know his name.
Is
And
it Joey Eats World?
I don't know, maybe.
Big like.
But
white
that's the
dude.
guy who ate like tampon. He would eat random shit too.
I
Right.
don't know.
Okay. That was
Maybe.
another guy.
He might.
That might have been another
That was a
guy.
long time.
But there
ago.
was a dude and he got really popular with this other guy. Like them together, they got really
7
popular.
Years, not that long.
And then they just ate all the stuff, and you could see like the video. Like, he started off as like a decent, like just a regular dude, and then over the years, like he got really popular, millions of dollars, all that. Like his overall everything was so deteriorated. Like he was just so out of shape, just looking terrible. And then his only friend that was there, he lost that friend because they just like had a falling out over some fast food.
Yeah, so you go into a
That was
deep
it.
state of depression of not making it.
I don't really care.
And then you eat a whole bunch, get super fat, and then you say, I'm gonna get better. And then
Go
you-
fund me.
And then you journey back to
Yeah.
being normal.
Go fund my diet. No, I actually think I thought about.
Yikes.
I do want to eat an apple a day for like a month. I want to see what that is. Just smoke as much as I want to smoke and eat an apple a day.
You know,
and drink
say-
water.
They say it keeps the doctor away.
Doctor Doom.
A Snapple a day? Is that around here?
No.
Is Snapple even around here?
You said apple.
Yeah, but
It is.
that
I
would be
didn't
cool.
know if like there was like a down south
Very heavily.
like tea brand that just took over that.
I
one.
do want to minimize
Twisted
my
tea.
coffee drinking though.
Don't you think
asking that,
Snapple should
though?
have made that?
I don't know.
Should have made it.
Probably.
Yeah, right. That would have been bomb.
Twisted
I
tea.
tried the
Twisted tea.
Arizona hard
Twisted
teas.
tea just broke into the
Is it any
Snapples.
good?
No, you
I don't
tried
like
it
those.
with me. The Arizona hard teas.
Oh yeah,
They were so
we did
bad.
try those.
Didn't you buy the
Garbage.
Monster
They taste so
alcohol
gross.
ones?
But it's
We
not
tried
really.
those.
But it's
We
not
tried
really
those, yeah.
alcohol though.
I
Isn't
saw
it?
the video that we can post that on something.
Didn't we look
Oh,
at
we
it? It
should.
wasn't like actually alcohol, like the Fireball shots at this store. Like the
They're
Fireball
not
shots
really
are
al-
actually they're not actually Fireball. They're like and some
Malted
lady sued and
beverage.
actually won. So now it says on it, but
No alcohol.
like it says it's like
malt beverage.
yeah malt beverage, just like a Colt
Oh.
45.
They're not allowed to sell.
Oh, it's not
liquor.
liquor.
At a gas
Yeah.
station.
It's like malt liquor or whatever.
It's the same reason like when you buy a screwdriver at a gas station, it's different than a screwdriver in a liquor store.
Mm.
Like any drink that has actual liquor, if you're buying it from a gas station, you're buying malt beverage, which is a higher concentration of beer, pretty much.
Colt 45. You know, I miss when the 40 ounces were 40 ounces.
Do you guys
No, it's
remember?
32. We used to drink
There was a bottle with a little gecko on it.
Edward 40 hands.
that, and then curb stomps. Curb stomp was you take a
It
Four
was,
Loko in a 40
And, like,
ounce,
It would kind of pop.
and
like
as you drink the
Snapple
40
Somebody
ounce,
telling
you
me
fill it
that.
up with Four Loko. Like you continually do that until the Four
I
Loko
got
cans
so
out, and then you
fucked up
finish
by
that.
shit, man.
That's it. You're over, and then you smash it on the curb. That was the curb
Yeah.
stomp.
What
Like
am,
the
I,
glass.
what am I thinking
The
of? What was
gecko?
this called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like Snapple. It made the same like whenever you undid it because it was like a glass bottle. I
A
think.
gecko.
Calypso?
The glass
Or-
Calypso. Yes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I never bought one. Didn't
I
look like it
should
was for me.
Kill those.
I had an ex-girlfriend that loved those
Yeah.
things.
That was my. That's what I meant.
Boo.
I'm not explaining it.
The awkward silence right there.
This podcast is brought to you by Actually for all your
Actually.
correcting needs.
Eddie's binoculars.
Yo, I really.
Get 'em now for
Yo, we need to
$5.99.
shoot our own commercials, and then when there's like something that goes wrong, we just like beep, and then play the commercial like. You know.
Right, that's
Is your
that's a good
GoFundMe
idea.
not working out?
That's a good idea.
Try
It's a
start.
snowball
Try
right
starting
there.
yourself.
Try.
Facts, we should do that.
Go pay me.
Start writing some.
Yeah, I'll be down to do that.
That's a good idea.
You stuck on a desert island.
I think I just like we talk about the music videos. I think the thing that I want to do more is like just more. I don't want to do like I don't want to be ever known as a content creator. I would never like that. To me is like that lacks artistry. But not saying that.
The lowest of the low.
I was about to say something
Shit.
so ridiculous. I
Okay.
didn't want to do another edit.
I think we
So
know
you're okay with making it on the GoFundMe, but just not as a content creator.
because no, I just don't like the word content creator because it just screams like
CC.
no potential. No, it definitely does. But I just don't
What
like that
about
word.
a creator of content?
Yeah, I like no. But
Striving for that.
so because I think this is the difference, right? The artist creates the art because they have some sort of idea or passion they want to see out. The content creator does it just because it's content. Cause and effect. Are you the cause or are you the effect? That's it. And I think if you just do it because like, oh, versus like, oh shit, this is actually pretty cool. It's a difference. Artists and entertainers, it's a difference. So I feel like the content creator is the entertainer. The artist is the one who creates content. But, you know, two peas of the pod. Which side of the coin? Are you heads or are you tails? And I'm a Sonic motherfucker. If you wouldn't have laughed, I could have landed that perfectly.
Yeah, I was.
Because Tails from Sonic. Yeah.
What?
Just in case our audience didn't understand, you want to fully 100% in depth explain that joke?
I will explain it. It's like heads or tails. And then Tails is the little guy in Sonic. No, I'm Sonic.
What's Sonic?
The hedgehog.
Drive through?
Yeah.
The people who skate around?
I think
Yeah,
I saw him
they
in
call-
the
they
Olympics
call
one
tails.
time.
I'm going to the bathroom.
It's tails. Hey.
I'll be the first. I'll be the first one to walk off the podcast and come back.
On
This
the
actually might be the
contrary,
first bathroom.
First bathroom, yeah. I did walk out once because I dropped Keita's phone.
Oh, yeah, and then you're mad about it. I remember that. You also walked out on the first one.
Yeah, because
Imagine
I had
hearing
to go the
Jason
second time.
slam the door in the
being
mic.
extra as hell for no reason. Everybody shut up. Let's see if we can hear him pee.
I don't know. Wait. Gotta see if it stops.
I think he has the fan on.
Might be in there. It's definitely in there in some way or form.
He might be wanking it.
But you
Should have just ended it without him.
We already talked about my topic.
What was it?
It was about Wendy.
Oh, yeah.
Wendy's
Oh, you
nuts
wanted.
hit
Oh, that's
ya.
hilarious. Wait, so let's clarify on that. What about Wendy's did we say? We like the 4 for 4, but what about it?
I was saying about the frozen burgers.
But they're not honest.
But they're not honest because they are frozen. But I feel like we might have talked about this.
So they're
I
on
don't
the
think
ban
it's
list?
4 for 4
They
anymore.
It's definitely 4 for 4.
Are we positive?
Yeah, because I was there the other day. I got
I
the
definitely feel like I
Wendy's.
got it.
I was all up in Wendy's yesterday.
I got the Wendy's Frosty
It's the
card. I'm going
$5.
back.
It's the $5 biggie bag though. I thought that
They got
replaced the
both.
4 for 4.
They got
They have both.
Yeah. and
There
they
was
got a $6
definitely-
bag now too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's definitely
Wendy's,
a time period.
sponsor us.
Hell
No.
no.
Eddie walked into the house with a Chipotle bag, but inside was Wendy's. And then just in his room, dipping the fries in the Frosty.
Munching.
Munching
But no,
down on my
there's-
frozen burger.
But okay, so are they on the ban list?
Wendy's?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
They're not dishonest enough to be on the ban list?
Nah. It's because of the Frosty deals. The Frosties are fire.
Do they still have the one where you get the little tag and get the free
Yeah, that's
Frosty?
what I was saying. I got the tag the other day, so I'm definitely going back.
You gotta go back at least once to be worth it.
Well, it's $4
What are you talking
for
about?
the
4,
entire
so you need
year.
4.
You didn't shake
Yeah,
enough.
You get at least 4.
I definitely did.
Okay, what is the odd?
And
How
you didn't
many?
wash your hands.
How many people get the Frosty? how many people get the
This
Frosty?
is either
deal?
water or pee.
You get one small Frosty, right, for free. How many people get it and don't get the number of Frosties it takes to equal amount
Oh, tons.
in 1 year?
Y'all talking about Wendy's?
I do it almost
Yeah.
every time. I
Wendy's
get
nuts in your mouth.
I always get my Frosties.
No,
Frosty's nuts. Woo! What
You
is
remember
there?
what
Thank you
that
guys.
joke
So,
was?
no.
When we were on the road trip, and like you burned the hell out of me. Like, did not remember what it was.
That was about
it was
the
like
school.
it was a D's nuts joke. Oh, I think you said the Denise text me.
Wait, what did you say?
We were in Colorado, and this was like, "Hey, did Denise text you back?" And I was like, "Denise?" He said, "Denise, these nuts are in your mouth." Something like
What's
that.
it, Denise? I remember.
You remember that?
What was it? I had it.
Like Denise doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wasn't Denise. It was like a name, and I was like, "Yo, just
Clarence.
no." What was it?
It was so funny.
Clearance sections.
I forget it was some name, and I had to work on it for like I was waiting for him to say it. It was like 3 minutes long of me trying to get him to say it. Like yo, like the, and then he said it. And I hit it. I don't remember what it was though.
I don't remember what it was either. But it was so funny.
Was it? It wasn't Denise.
No, because the name that you even said that wasn't the name of the person that texted me. So that's why I was
Oh,
so
because yeah,
confused.
there was someone who had texted him. So then I was like, it was just perfect. I don't know. I think I actually sat and thought about the joke for like 3 minutes before I said it. I was like, I gotta make sure it's
Well, I had
perfect.
CDs ready for like a month.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It was funny though.
Remember CDs?
CDs.
So what I was saying,
CDs nuts.
what I was saying about the thing is like making the music videos. I feel like people don't care anymore. Like, I don't think people care anymore about the music videos. Like the music videos, because the format of the music video, I don't think people care anymore. Like when you stand in front of the camera and like the song is playing, and even if you make like dope visuals and stuff, like I think the maximization of that era was like A$AP Rocky, that era, like LSD. That
I
album.
literally just watched like a newer Drake song. Saw a video for it today because YouTube.
Was it the one with J.
was just
Cole?
going. Yeah,
Yeah, I watched that.
and like you could tell that was a pretty big book.
Yeah, it's definitely super well produced, and especially because you have the CGI and stuff, so you have like, I don't know.
My whole perspective on the thing is, if people are listening, if people are on the app or on their console or whatever, and they're watching YouTube, but they're using YouTube for music, most likely they'll click on the video version versus
Yeah.
the one that's just like the cover.
But also, to be fair, that era, that 2015, 2016, 2017, Spotify wasn't as big. Apple Music wasn't as big. This is still SoundCloud. There was a time where the kids, we didn't have Spotify. We didn't have Spotify. You got to pay for that. Got SoundCloud. Get these songs for free. That doesn't exist anymore. People don't even use SoundCloud anymore like that. So even though that's true, that also, like I said, I think the maximization of that was like that. I use Rocky as the example because I think he did it the best. Like the videos that he made, the shots, everything was iconic that he was doing. Even like that scene where it's like the flip and the camera falls with the person and then it like hits the ground but then flips over to something else. Like he was the first one to do that. And then a hell of people did that. So I think he was the epitome of that. And then like after that, now it's like, yeah, you can do super like well produced like Jurassic Park level CGI and do the crazy videos and stuff. But I don't know if it's the same. Is it what it used to be? Like,
I still feel like there's like hidden gems
yeah.
and like hidden ideas that haven't been.
I mean, I
used
just think,
yet,
what are you
though.
doing it for? Why are you making the video in the first place?
If I was being honest, the reason I would make it is the effect, not the cause. For me to do the music video, it feels like I'm doing it for the effect, not the cause. But I don't have the same level of passion for making music videos as I do for other things. Like for the Pokemon, it's for the cause. I just love it. It's just whatever. When I'm making music, the actual process is for the cause. But when I get down even to the mixing, like in the moment, it's very spiritual. Just like I just feel the energy and the vibrations. For me, it's about all the channels being tapped into. Like activate the chakras. Just get it correct. So when you listen to it, it's beyond my own whatever. Like whatever comes to me. But I don't know. I just feel like after that, I don't know. And I think maybe again that'll come from like performing. Just being in that space. But for me, I'd say like if I'm doing a music video, I'm literally doing it because you're like, yo, we should do a video. And I'm like, okay, well, what's my part? And I'll do my part. And maybe recording it is fun. Like when we were doing the last one that we didn't finish, I had fun doing that one. Just come up with the ideas and shit.
Yeah, that one was
That's the
fun.
thing. I think it's all just matter of perspective. Like if you're gonna do it for money, how many things are actually? What's the point of doing it? You know. But like, the way I look at it, like, now they didn't make them, but the people who made like the Fight the Feeling video, the dude who did that, and the dude who did the cartoons and cereal one,
Great.
just
videos.
two predominant ones. Like, without those videos, like I wouldn't be exactly who I am today. Because seeing those ignited something in me in a time period of maybe, yes, you're right in the sense that because there's not Spotify or whatever, that there wouldn't be, but it doesn't mean that in the future Spotify won't allow you to have the music video on Spotify where
Yeah.
you hit the song, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, like, those videos were made because someone had an idea, and it wasn't about, like, let me get a bunch of views. It's like, this is what I got from it. And in the sense of that, it's like you can show a side of the music or the song that you might not be able to show, or make it easier for people to receive in different ways.
I think like this is like it for in terms of like outreach, it's not the right perspective, my perspective on this in this moment. But in terms of just like happiness and just like in true passion, like if you look at the current format today, it's shorts, like even posting on YouTube and stuff, it's the clips, like all those clips. That's what gets people their attention. Like when you throw the video on YouTube, like we used to, when you watch the video, people today, it's on their phone and they scroll through the shorts. But I personally do not like the current day format. So I have two choices. I either conform to the current day format and I say, okay, I'll do it because that's what everyone else is doing. That's how I get people effect. Or I just say, like, I'm going to do this. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, it is what it is. But the bad side of that is that you probably don't catch as many people as you could. You don't catch as many fish. It's like if you fish at a pond that you just love the pond. Like it's a nice pond. It's like, this is the pond. I love this pond. But half the time you go out there, you don't catch anything. But you love the pond. Or you go fish where they're fishing. You catch something every time, but you don't really love the pond. It doesn't give you that same feeling. You just, I caught some fish today.
That space is crowded.
Yeah. And, I don't know if I was talking about this whenever, but it's like shinies, like Pokemon. I'll bring it back because obviously I've been playing a lot. When you go out and you catch a shiny, I'm going to keep it simple because I don't want to. The feeling of catching a shiny is a specific thing. It's like this feels like this. This is, I caught this, I found it, da-da-da-da. Or you go buy one. You go and buy a pack of cards and you open whatever you open, you get what you get. Or you go buy the cards you want. Sometimes, like when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're trying to complete decks, we go buy the cards you want. Sometimes you buy the packs and you see what you get. But what's more fun at the end of the day?
Especially if you buy a pack and get the cards you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
It's nothing better. So in my perspective now, coming to it, and coming from off the last conversation of not really caring as much, digesting the information, is like, dude, I don't like making the shorts. I either choose to go make the shorts and it doesn't make me happiness. It brings me unhappiness because when I don't get the result, I only did it for the result and then I don't get the result and I just lost twice because I didn't want to do it in the first place and then I didn't get what I want. It's like, what? That makes no sense. If I do this thing because I like this thing, then even if I don't get the outcome, I still won because I like this thing. It makes me happy. So when it comes to the music videos, like I said, like for not like for you, I'll do it, but like for it, like if you have this passion and it lights up your eyes, I'm there for it because that's what's up. I'm down to be a part of that experience, but I'm personally not going to wake up and be like, yo, I want to go do this video. It's not going to be me. But if it's you, great. I'm there for it. But it's not going to be me because I don't have that. I don't have it. That level of passion for that thing, I don't have it. Now, if it comes to like writing a script, like you have an idea for the video and you want to write like, oh, we should do this. All day I'm there for the ideas. But maybe that's the difference between like if we shot a movie today, I would have more interest in writing the script and then having like a small part than I would like I want to be the lead character. I don't think I'd want to be the lead character.
I don't want to be the lead character either.
I'd rather write it.
I do.
So yeah. I'll be the side character, I want to be the character that has like a pivotal role, but you barely see them on screen. Like they have the role that when the character meets this character, their path changes. That's the character that I want, that I would like to be in a movie. Like I don't need to be the guy I don't need to be Luke Skywalker. I want to be Yoda. You know. Yeah.
I'll be Han Solo.
That's dope. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it really comes down, and this is the thing that's cool about. I don't know how they see it when people watch, but like, everyone's different, and it's like a matter of like figuring out what it is. I think it's pressure to feel like you have to do what the next person's doing. Like, you don't got to do what I'm doing. I don't got to do what you're doing. Like, if I'm playing PvP Pokemon, I'm gonna do it anyway. But if you hop in, it's more fun. But there's no pressure. Like, you do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you, get on the game because it's fun. But you might not have the same level of passion or love for it.
I just like the PvP battling personally, at least when it comes to Pokemon. So that's why I like Pokemon Showdown over the MMO.
Well, you've never played the MMO, so you can't say over the MMO. You've only played the PvP
in the MMO.
As a face value PvP. But you know what's crazy? And maybe it's two different strokes, but the goal, the actual process is the same, but the end goal might be different. So like, we both get in there. We come from whatever we come from. We sit down. We play the PvP. My end goal is getting that enough points, which would be another like 20 battles, to get the Sharpedo. So I can get that Sharpedo, choose its nature, IVs, whatever you get with it, and then in a week from now there'll be a new one. Then I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna do that 6 times to have built. Hopefully they're all in the same category, like overused, underused, whatever. If they're not, then I'll go catch them. To build an actual PvP team that I can take in with my team and go fight and not do the randoms. And then when you do that, you can go into whatever category that is and win that next Pokemon. And then be building teams off of winning. You know? Or just go out and catch them. Whatever. I don't know. I think the point is this. Everyone has the different passions. And that's why the idea, in my mind, of Oceans on Arrival being a multimedia platform is not so that when people click on the YouTube, they see podcasts, or they see music, or they see Pokemon, or they see whatever, or they see the hood meals,
hood burger reviews.
Hood burgers.
I'm
you know what I mean?
glad that you said that.
Yeah. So I think it's the idea that it's all of those things, because like if you look at, and I'll use Mr. Beast's example. If you go to Mr. Beast's channel, what are you gonna find? You're gonna find him doing these creative videos, and even though they're all different. On the surface, it's all creative videos. If you go to your favorite artist's page, what do you find? They might be creative. The Drake video with J. Cole might be creative, but what do you find on the page?
It's all music.
All music. All you find is they all do what they do, and they do that one thing. And as artists, we pride ourselves on being so diverse. Oh yeah, look how diverse I am. I can sing these songs. I can do this. I can rap this way. I can rap this way. I can do a song like this. How many different genres have I touched? But you're still making music. You're still doing one thing. Like, you can go to a restaurant and you can cook. You can cook the whole menu. And you could work at a Tex-Mex place and you have a diverse menu. But you still only cook. What else do you do? As a human, as a person. What else do you like? Do you really like to only make music all day long as the famous artist? Or is there something else that you like? But people, I feel like, when I study it, they only show the thing that they feel like the people want from them. Oh, you want this from me? I'll be that all day long for you. That's not real. It's not. You have this other thing. I could make the Pokemon videos and people would be like, what is this? Like, why are you... For your brand, that doesn't make sense. That's what they would tell you. But what are we talking about? What brand are we talking about? Because what is that? What definition have you accepted that they told you were? That you said, oh, I'm that. I can't do that. It's the same thing as the average person who goes out and just gets a job and works that job and goes to school. It's the same thing. You might as well have done that. Make more money doing that. This shit is hard. There's no guarantees out here. It's not. That shit is hard work, but it's easy. I could have been any one of those, any psychology-based job, I could have done that. I was sitting, I'm not going to say too much, but I was talking to somebody, and it was about like a situation with like a lawyer. And I was listening, and I'm hearing the conversation, and I'm thinking of these things above whatever it was. And I'm thinking, oh, this should be done because of this. And then 10 seconds later, I hear the lawyer repeat the same thing. And I'm like, I didn't study that. But I know because it's like the psychology of it makes sense. I was in the bathroom, something small. I thought about this. Not now, it was before. And there's paint on like the handle. And I was like trying to think. I was like, did Amber, was she painting and she had paint in her hands and turned the handle and get paint on it? And then I start to look around and I see this thin line of yellow paint under whatever paint's on top of it. And I'm like, oh, it was paint. It was yellow. And I was like, oh, that came from this. That's long before even we were in here. That's before. And I thought in that moment, I was like, I wonder how many people would come to that conclusion. Like maybe a lot. Maybe it's obvious. But maybe no one would even notice. Like, oh, there's paint on my thing. And that's it. But I think it's just the way everyone thinks different. And everyone has something that they could do easy. Like, it's not a challenge. Right? Like if you just see it, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Does Ronaldo or Messi, like, what's the challenge? Or LeBron? If you take out Michael Jordan, what's the challenge?
Stats.
Because he got it, though. But
Setting a bar.
yeah.
Well, his challenge now is to
idea.
play with the sun.
Yeah. That's great. And I think, but take that moment. That's not even basketball. That's not even about basketball. That's about something else. That pushes you forward because that's the challenge. Can I last long enough to play with my son? It's not even about basketball anymore. It means the game is basketball, of course, on the surface, everything. But the underneath is different. I don't know. Think that's the thing that, you know, is that the thing that matters at the end of the day? Because he could get more stats.
Well, it depends on the person. You know, some people are going to be there because they know I can put 2 more years in this and get this amount of bread, and then I can do this with that, or I can do this with that. Some people are just like, I'm trying to be the most famous or the best ever. So it depends on what they're looking at, why they're doing it, and then what do you view as how good of a reason is it to do that, or things like that. Some people are playing because that's what they grew up doing, and they know that if I've gotten to this point, I'm making this much, and if I retire at 35 from this sport, I have this. Now I can do this. So
what I'm saying is, it goes back into like, if you are athletic and you're above 6'5", naturally, like you're there already in like high school, and like people are paving your life for you. Like I remember in our high school, dude, the high school basketball coach would walk around the hallways in the beginnings of the year, and he would just look at the new kids that came in, and the kids that were like he felt like could be whatever, he'd like, yo, come try out. And when I had basketball class in his class, and I was pretty good. I wasn't as good as I got later because I was more healthy later, but and we even had a conversation. He's like, if you were like 6'3", we'd be having a different conversation right now. But I wasn't. I wasn't short, but I wasn't tall. So it's like that thing of, if I was 6'3", this guy would have been trying to pave my life for me.
But they do that with everything. If you're good at math, they put you in that.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making. It's all these people, whether it's someone who's older than them or even someone who doesn't have many people above them, like the top of the game, people who are the top, they don't have a lot of people above them. And if you think you're the best, then you don't have anyone above you in your mind. But you still have people who work other aspects of that thing, marketing, image, who will tell you what you need to do so you can remain in that spot. But then what are you actually doing? Because that feels like you're not actually living. You're just doing what someone is telling you to do. And even the people who you'd see as the most free, some of these people, like, you got to get the yacht. You can't pull up in a broke down Civic. What are they going to think? Oh, you can't wear that. How many of these people don't even pick their own clothes? But everyone knows that. That cat's out the bag. Double entendre because Cat Williams dropped all that. But that cat's out the bag. Now, go into the just average everyday person. The average everyday person does the same thing. They do what they think other people think they should do because we've adopted these perspectives. Like, oh, you see me as this. Like I said in the last thing, like, and people put that on you. Like that conversation I had where the person said some rude shit to me, is them putting their own perspective of me on me, trying to get me to adopt that perspective and act in such way. But the irony is that you don't even like that. Like if I was that thing that you think I am, or you want to paint me to, you would hate that because you don't like that thing. But you're trying to make me be that thing that you even hate because you don't understand why you don't like me. And the reason why is because you don't love yourself. You can't like me. You can't.
True words.
If you don't like yourself, if you don't love yourself, you can't like me.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Facts.
If you don't love yourself.
I fucking hate you. And on that note, I'm tired. I'm not trying to fall asleep on podcasts.
Heard. Felt.
I think it was an amazing one, though.
I'm gonna keep going. But if you want to slide out, that's actually a perfect example, right? Because if we let Calvin's recession from the podcast make us think that, oh, it's time to wrap it up because one person wants to wrap it up, then we essentially, all three of us, will fall victim to what you think. Whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. That's not the point. That's not the point. It's the domino effect, right? Because in that space, but we don't have to.
What was that, like a podcast?
Agreed.
4 or 5.
Which is why we're on 16.
Mob mentality.
You talk about my
Yeah.
I was thinking about expectations.
But I did the first one yesterday by myself. So at the end of it, I was like, now that I've done one, I feel more you've done it versus like the unknown.
Should I do it?
Unknown of and then once you do it, it's like just like the pool, like how cold is it gonna be? I'll jump in.
Just do it.
Or at the cabin where it's cold, I'm like, I'm not fucking getting in that.
I got in.
I jumped in a couple times.
We went
that was
in.
it.
I went in, but
Yeah.
I wasn't staying in. I couldn't. I don't know how your feet made it through. My feet just get so cold. I don't know why. Like the tops of them just get like burned.
It hit cold enough to not feel them anymore. And
Honestly,
I'm so
I
numb,
was
right?
bone chilling cold. I'm not gonna lie.
It was really nice.
It was down to my bone how cold I was, but I was like
close to an ice
You
bath.
know what I want to see at the cabin? Like the videos from the cabin. I want to see me just eating it.
I remember that. I thought about
On the
that.
what?
You definitely had it
Eating
the
on
worst.
That little wall or that little corner piece of like that stuck out when we were playing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? You had the worst, and then Bree had it the second worst because when we did the balloon fight, you and Bree were kind of together, and Ryan was kind of here, and I slung a balloon in, and it hit her like right here and didn't pop.
Remember when I threw the one
And I was
across
like,
the pool right into the hot tub?
yeah, that was amazing. She deserved that too because she hit you like point blank in the back of the head. And we didn't even start yet. So you deserve that.
That's one of those one. Yeah, that's a tough.
It had to happen because if
Yeah.
it didn't, it would have created like some animosity.
Dude, I ate it. It was so bad.
Yeah.
You broke
I broke the
like
thing,
concrete
yeah.
or whatever it was, clay, whatever the
I
hard,
think it was clay. Yeah.
hardened
Terracotta.
clay, terracotta. Yeah, you broke the
There you go.
terracotta mass
Yeah.
Well,
or mast.
you guys, free will individuals.
Yeah.
I'm signing off. I've been Cal Beeno. I had a great time. It was amazing. Nice one.
Felt like a movie moment. Not that. When
You
ran
busted
into it,
your
yeah.
ass.
It's like not you,
Dude, like literally,
me.
like,
Not that
I
shitty
ran
exit.
straight into it and it's like fell right on my ass.
Yeah,
Just push the boom.
The
The
downfall.
I got it on
of the
video
side
actually
character.
though.
Is it on video?
Yeah, because I had the night vision camera and it got it. It's on video.
Facts. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
See you bust my ass. Posted on a short.
Yeah, that footage will come out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta sort all that out.
Yeah.
Get all that on the YouTube.
I had the perspective that when it's all done, we'll have like a real reunion of it.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Where it's like years later. Or like a year later. Whatever.
I mean, at this point, it's already gonna be years later.
Yeah.
It's almost a year later already.
Yeah.
But it's going to take whoever wants to
Sit down and
go
do
through
it.
it. Because right now,
I thought about it one day.
Well,
On
we
my
were supposed to all
plate-
do it together, but
That's not gonna
That's
happen.
not
no, but that's what
happen.
I'm saying. Instead of someone take the initiative to do it, and whoever is there for the different editing process of it, and then at the end it will be this thing, and we all sit down and watch that and record that, and that's our reaction, like the reunion of going to, you know what I mean?
and we record the reaction of the reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And then we keep recording the reactions of all the reactions.
Yeah,
And we just have.
and then we
endless
just
content.
react in each other's reactions.
It just keeps going. Endless content.
Endless content, 24/7. Oceans on a ride.
2024 Ocean Internet Takeover.
Sponsored
Takeover.
by. No
Sponsored
one at the
by
moment.
Endless Destination. Dum, dum, dum.
Sponsored by Ocean Waves.
Yeah. Yeah.
What sponsor would you take right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Pokemon. Nah, what I would take
Would
is
you take Monster as a sponsor?
No way. I wouldn't do it.
Eddie would 710. Look
Mark
at
of the
Eddie. Look
beast,
at
bro.
Eddie. Look at Eddie's
If they
free
like
monster.
Free monster. I mean,
Bro, it's not worth it. It's Mark of the Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
You're
Mark
part
of the
of, you're
Beast,
part of the
man.
M. You're part of the M at that point.
You don't want to be part of them, man.
You can just like drink the M a little bit. If
Bro,
you
I
want.
would-
I would cross the X,
Okay, I would
so.
take Marley Coffee, because that's still owned by the Marleys.
Mhm.
I do believe so. The real one.
Marley joint paper.
I would take Marley joint papers.
100%.
I've been only smoking the Marley joint papers since I could remember.
like ever. And then if you have a pack, if you don't have them, then
If I don't have them, then if we're in some state that just doesn't sell them,
Then you
then
just get
we
raws.
leave that state immediately. Nah, then we get raw. I'll get the raw.
then we go back in time and tell ourselves not to go there, and we deviate from that.
You know, because what the thing is like you get used to your gas stations, and like you like this is my gas. This is what I got here, and then you go to some place and like their gas station is like dusty. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, this place sucks. Like, what do you
Mhm.
guys even?
Especially if it's really
Do
just a
around
shitty
here.
gas station too.
They just don't have like any of the stuff. But
I always judge a gas station if they have fountain drinks or not.
yeah, if it does have fountain drinks, it is really a level up.
When it just has the bottle, like you're forced to get something bottled or
Yeah.
whatever. It's a big, especially when we're going around the country.
Right.
Big difference.
Alabama has the best Coke.
Was that the place that had the good Coke?
Yeah.
Everywhere else was
I don't drink it anymore, so
shit, but yeah.
root beer squad and not Barks though, because it's in there. I can taste it in there.
I do drink probably the most. If I drink
Mine's
soda,
good.
it's Dr Pepper because at work, I don't like any of the sodas,
Dr.
and
Pepper
I
is
get
such a
tired of
good-
drinking coffee
is like it really is like the best
because it
caffeine soda, honestly.
Yeah.
Just get that pepper in there.
Or Sunkiss. Sunkiss is pretty good.
Sunkist, but you have to be in the mood for orange soda though.
Yeah, Sunkist.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
like
it's
you're not
hard.
gonna have an orange soda.
I don't wanna
with,
be
like,
inside.
pasta. It doesn't really
Yeah.
hit like that.
I don't want to be inside and have a Sunkist. If I'm outside, then like all the
Like a
Sunkists,
barbecue.
I like
Fuck
them
yeah,
all.
Sunkist.
I'll drink like any of them.
But when you're in
outside.
the mood for orange soda, that shit slaps for sure.
Yeah, Sunkiss is
Yeah,
good.
definitely. When it's like ice cold, I need that like ice cold.
Yeah.
So like,
freezing.
do you
Fizz on
think
your mouth.
Sunkiss is the best orange soda, hands down?
What do you say?
No, definitely not.
You don't think Sunkiss is the best orange
The best
Orange
soda?
soda?
Oh, orange soda?
soda? Yeah.
That would
Definitely
be.
better
We
than
should do that.
Fanta.
We should get a bunch of orange sodas.
No, I don't want to
Try 'em
promote
out.
soda though.
No, just
Like
like
a challenge though.
not as a not.
or
To,
like
you don't have
a-
to post it. I'm just saying we should
Oh, just to see.
just to see for ourselves what do we
Mm.
think is the best orange soda. That when people ask you, be like,
You
doesn't
know
have
what?
to be on camera. But
You
be
know
like,
what's
I
the
think
best?
this one's the best.
What the best orange soda is if you get the real Jarritos.
Doritos is pretty good.
Yep, the one that's from Mexico actually.
Mm,
Yeah, that one's good.
I'm sure that's
Not the
fire.
other one, because the other one that's not from Mexico is garbage. But the one that is from
Pretend.
Mexico is good,
There's that
and the pineapple one too.
There's that one area in PTC that has like the blue buildings.
Has he not fooling anyone with that? Go ahead.
ATL thing.
Yes, he said the blue building.
The blue buildings. And like that's like an authentic Mexican like store, Mexican restaurant,
Oh, I don't know.
and like
Oh, I know
like,
what you're talking about.
tacos and like
Well, like
the Jarritos
the
are
grocery
there.
store. Though?
Yeah.
Yeah, the grocery store.
Mm.
I walked in there and there was no like. I was like, I don't really feel like getting this at the moment. I want to sit.
We need a good like Mexican joint though.
There's one. They opened one up over there. If you go the long way to the movie theater, and then you go actually to Walmart. You go
You
the long way to
know-
Walmart. In that one of those corners, they like open up a new one.
I like Mexican street food. I think the Mexican restaurants.
Churros on a
I don't
stick.
think that they do it over here. I like street food, like street tacos.
They have that at the blue buildings.
Yeah, like fresh.
Curb stomp.
What's the
Curb stomp burrito?
What's the stuff? I forget what it's called. It's like has tomato
Curb
and
stomp queso.
not oregano, but I think it might be basil. No, cilantro. Like I think it's just salsa.
Man.
I don't know what it's called.
Salsa verde.
No, it's like thick, like tomatoes that are like diced, with like
Pico?
little,
Tomato.
kind of like I guess maybe it is pico, but like heavy on the cilantro pico. That's my favorite. Just chicken taco with white rice, cilantro, diced tomatoes.
Any sauce?
I don't even need it.
Homemade
Hot
sauce?
sauce. Mayonnaise. No. Hot sauce.
Disgusting.
I'll take some hot sauce.
taco.
I'm not going to say what hot sauce is my favorite, but I have a clear favorite for hot sauce. And it's not Tabasco.
Definitely not
Tabasco.
Tabasco.
Sucks.
Definitely not Tabasco, no.
You couldn't pay me enough to promote Tabasco ever.
As you promote Tabasco.
You could never.
No,
I would never do
we're
it.
de-promoting.
It is
You know
the
what they
worst.
say,
It's
we're
not even hot
promoting
sauce.
Tabasco.
It's literally
Any
just spicy.
publicity is good publicity.
Tabasco is literally just.
I feel like
fucking-
if you go into a restaurant and Tabasco is on the table,
Tabasco's
you should
the
get up
food.
and leave immediately.
Tabasco is
Because that just tells you what kind of place that is.
the impossible salmon.
Yeah. Like if you walk to places and they have real little, because I've been to Mexican places that have like different hot sauces on the
Mhm.
table. Fine. If you walk in there and Tabasco's on the table, no.
I feel like you could tell based off like the salsa, right?
The salsa, yeah, that's how
Doesn't the
I
salsa
judge it.
determine like how good they're?
Probably.
Don't you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, probably.
I went to this
I'm
one
being
When you have the
Mexican
three different
restaurant.
ones, you know, you have the bean one, then you have like a
True.
nice like spicier one,
I like the
and then
bean
maybe a
one.
chunky one,
Yeah.
you know, or the
Yeah.
green one. You have the green and then a red and then the bean one. Like
yeah, I like the bean one.
when you get that, like they're definitely.
They're doing it.
And if they're doing the tortillas, like they're making tortillas.
You know what would change the game? A Mexican restaurant that you came in and they got salsa verde, regular salsa, the bean one, guacamole, and cheese dip, and they give you that, and it's unlimited. Start there. That would be like the best place to go, because you get a whole appetizer for free. You know what I mean?
yeah, shit.
And then it could be like you have to order an entree, like you can't. And if you don't order an entree, then it's $20 per person. Like if you're like, oh, I have to go.
Or you just make the
$20.
appetizer. You just make.
You can't get scammed.
What about like you just make an honest like dip trio, like $5, you get all the dips.
No, give it for free. It's the
But then
best
if you have
way
to get
do
an
it.
entree, you could just go there and get the dips for $5 and just enjoy the dip.
I guess so. That's why I said 20, but I would say 10 then. If you're only gonna eat the dips, then it's $10. If you're gonna get an entree, it's free.
Facts, free with entree, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Or you have to
Agree,
pay.
man.
Because some people are like, oh, I gotta run. Be like, $10.
Well, that's like Olive
Here's your
Garden,
check.
right? Soup and salad.
Yeah,
for the
soup and
entree,
salad.
Or you got to pay for like $6.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that. But you get the cheese and the guacamole.
But chips and salsa should be free no matter what.
Definitely. I think you should get the whole thing, low key. Because I would just go in there for $10 and get all of it. Eat that. Most of the time, that's really what I want when I go to a Mexican place. I really don't want, because I honestly, and maybe because I feel like the Mexican, and makes no sense because we're more south, but the Mexican restaurants in Maryland were better than here.
Well, there's less
Less in Maryland.
Mexicans, right? I would say.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, down
like I
here.
said, we're more south.
Like there was less Mexican restaurants up there, but they were better.
Yeah, for
Here
sure.
there's more, and a lot of them are like really similar, or like they do the same exact.
Yeah, chains.
And it's not like good. It's not like they're all doing it because it's the best to do. It's just probably the most profitable or easiest or low cost. to
Just
do it
another
like that.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant you've been to?
You know what? It's a chain, so it's really wrong. No, actually, the one in Vegas. Remember that one we went to? When we just pulled up to Vegas on the journey, like we need a restaurant.
And this is after we went to the Grand Canyon.
I don't know. It was the beginning of Vegas, first night we got to Vegas. We pulled up to the restaurant and we sat down, and like there was one waiter who was really nice, and the rest of them were kind of d-bags. But that was
it on the
The
strip?
food was amazing.
Or were we off the strip?
Off the strip. You found it. You're like, yo, I found this little like hole in the wall.
Facts.
And like there was like the parking lot was like 4 spaces. I was like, how did anyone get in here? We got a spot.
Facts.
Remember?
I don't remember.
It was really good. They all dressed in like white, like
Remember
butlery. They had like the
going out-
white
Wait,
gloves on.
That was
That was-
Houston.
I thought that was San Diego. No, that
That
was
was Houston.
Yeah, that was Houston.
That was
That was in
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Remember we
now.
were walking around. We saw that guy.
I'm not talking about the building. It wasn't the building. It wasn't the skyscraper. It was Vegas. Man, I wish I knew it was.
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm
That's
pretty
all.
sure it
In
was
Hu-
Houston.
It was
bro.
at the bottom of a building.
No, it was not the bottom. I know what you're talking about. That place was good. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's where they wore
Vegas.
white.
Because I remember, I felt like I was underdressed in that place in Houston. Because
Yeah,
I was like, this feels
I
like
remember
a
you saying that.
yeah. Like I felt like they felt a type of way about it. Like oh, these guys
We
are
were hungry
bums.
though, bro.
We were hungry.
There's no.
They were pretty nice though.
Because what you're talking about is when we walked out, we met that guy who was walking his dog. And
Yeah.
we started talking to him. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. But that place was the best. Second to that, was Chevy's in Maryland.
Yeah,
There was this one that was across from a Lax World. The Lax World's not there anymore. Yeah, it was that place. And they had like this battle bus, like Fortnite battle bus. It wasn't a Fortnite thing, but it was like a bus out there. And then they had these things called, it wasn't taquitos, like big taquitos. Oh, what's it called? Flautas.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, and they did them really well. Like they had this like spicy mayo sauce on top of them. It was so good. I used to body that.
I think my favorite Mexican restaurant I've been to was in Colorado. It was the one I took you to, Ryan, and you stayed at the hotel.
Oh yeah, that place was good, man. For sure. What was that place
It
called?
was
Shout out to them.
Oh, I remember you guys telling me about that.
what was that place called?
Didn't we all go back? I think we went back.
We did.
Oh, we did go
on
back.
the second
yeah.
round. We did
So
go.
you did go to that
Was it this
place.
place?
Yeah. Is it? You pass it over. No.
I would like to remember that.
No,
Shout
it didn't
it
have.
out.
It looked like this place looks like looks better on the front. It didn't look like a. It looked literally like
I just can't remember.
it didn't even look like a restaurant. Like it. I don't know. I'd look around. Maybe I'll find it and then
I was
I'll.
tired as hell that first day. That's why I don't.
I just remember like the one guy was great. Like the rest of the people seemed a little weird.
This was in Vegas.
It was in Vegas, but
This place was in Vegas.
the one guy was really
I don't
nice.
remember it.
They gave us
I'm not
free.
saying that was it. I'm trying.
They gave us free ice cream at the end. And then and I think I got a coffee. I got a coffee. I remember getting a coffee. And the guy came out and poured it in front of me and then gave me all this stuff. It's
Are you
great.
sure that wasn't in San Diego?
I could have sworn it was. If
'Cause,
I
like,
had
was
bet
that
on
the
it.
day that like
No,
Ryan
San
kept
Diego-
making me laugh
No, San
That
Diego.
Ryan did what?
when I was trying to take a bite and Ryan was like over here, bleh!
Oh.
No, that was in L.A.
No, that was
San Diego.
Or fucking.
It wasn't Benihana's. It was
Venice Beach or whatever.
no, San Diego. That wasn't San
No,
Diego.
San Diego. We were on that.
That was in LA.
on that.
That was in LA.
San Diego.
The one
we
where
were
Ryan
on,
kept making you laugh.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
kept-
that was L.A.
Dude, what's it? It's I keep forgetting, but J Rock says it in one of his songs, and that's how I always remembered. I remember like that. I can think of the name, but it's a LA spot. And every time you went to, because I think he made you laugh, and you spit your drink all over your food,
No, I don't think I did. I spit it on my food.
or you spilled it on your food. You spilled something like a soup or a drink on the rest of
I
your
was like,
food.
"Wah!"
And then every time you went to take a bite, he would make a loud noise, and it was so loud to the point where like everyone could hear it, but no one looked around. And that's the part that was crazy to me, because if someone makes a loud noise and I'm in a restaurant, I'm gonna look over like, what the hell? Nobody looked around at all. Everybody just kept about with their business. And I was like, what is going on? Like,
Aliens.
yeah. But that's when our server there was a total
NPCs.
asshole though.
Oh yeah.
But we were probably too ridiculous to deal with.
Yeah, but he was never there. Like
Yeah.
he was never
Yeah.
there.
Service was terrible. Food was good though.
Food was really good.
What was that place? I forget what it's called.
Damn, I don't know what that place was.
I gotta go pee again.
Not meant to be.
I gotta find what that
Drink
other
too much
Mexican
caffeine.
place was.
The what?
The Mexican restaurant that we went to in Colorado.
Mm.
Because it was a bar.
I feel like it was like sombreros or something.
Urban sombrero? Maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Urban sombrero. Shout out Urban Sombrero, Denver, Colorado. And
Urban sombrero, yeah. I figured it's some.
Yeah. That place was gas. Great drinks, cheap food.
It might have been this.
No, I think it's Urban Sombrero.
No, I'm not looking at that one.
Oh,
that
you're
one
looking at
is
the
what-
other
That
one.
one is what it was.
Yeah.
It might have been this.
Angejitos.
with the ice cream at the end. I just feel like I remember this. Like, I remember that. And he said the parking lot was only like 3 spaces.
Let's see the picture real quick. We'll have to
About
like
the photos.
throw up a photo in the podcast show. We will know what we're talking about.
I'm gonna ask Jason first. Like, let's see. What photo? Yo, is it this, John? Where is it?
is it this, Jason?
This.
No,
Yeah, that right there.
It's just not loading.
Oh. I don't know if you guys are fucking with me or if it didn't load.
A little bit of both.
Let me see it. I'll go back to the first thing I saw that got me thinking about it.
It's loading.
In Vegas, I don't remember.
It might not load. It's not good.
It was outside the strip.
Yeah.
My bad. I don't think it's that
Yeah,
important.
what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
We'll find it. We'll find it. I'll look for it, and if I find it, I'll say it on the next video, next podcast I'm on. They'll get their shot. Everyone gets what they deserve, eventually.
Urban Sombrero was the one.
Oh, in
Denver.
Colorado.
Mm.
Yeah.
This one right here. I think it was just an Antojito Sinaloa Mexican and seafood restaurant. Yeah. Just like that outside with the dark. I just kind of remember that with the short parking lot. Maybe I'm wrong though.
The dining room did not look like this.
I don't remember then. I don't remember what it was. I remember the Houston one. I remember going to a spot. I remember going to the one outside of Grand Canyon. They didn't have free chips and salsa, so we left. The Colorado one. Eddie and I went twice. The place is good. Good queso.
And then yellow queso there too.
I think we'll just have the next time we go back, we'll have to look for it.
Yeah.
Cause I don't. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, you don't know the map. You don't look at them.
If we looked
Not
at the map, we could
map-oriented enough.
find. Yeah, I'm not map oriented at all. We
If
could.
you were map oriented more, we would be able to figure out where off the strip it was. I don't remember where off the strip, and why we were off the strip to begin with.
Is when we just pulled up. We were looking for somewhere to go. I don't think it was this one.
It's alright.
I remember when I
Senor Frogs.
went to
I remember going to Senor
Senora
Frogs.
Frogs was
It
lit.
definitely wasn't. I remember.
It looks more lit than it is.
We went to Senor Frogs, and I told you guys, I was like, I bet we had like our waitress, and I was like, I bet you I can get her to give us free drinks. And I just went up there
Yeah,
and
we
ran
got-
some game, and we got free
We
drinks.
got a shitty shot.
A shitty shot, yeah. But we got something.
Welcome to Shitty Walk.
Welcome to
Can I get
shitty
some
shot.
shitty chicken?
Give me some shitty shots.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun, man. Vegas was fun.
Yeah, I think Houston, hands down, was my favorite city
What one?
that we visited. That trip.
San Antonio, you mean?
Oh yeah, San Antonio. Houston was beat. You're right. It was
Well,
San
Oh, you
Antonio.
said Houston. I was like,
One thing I understood, apparently, I guess we went to, like, you don't go to the stadiums when you go to, like, Houston, like, it's big like Atlanta where, like, you can go to one, like, it doesn't seem popping, but if you go over there, it is or whatever.
we
So
probably were
didn't-
in the wrong
We
spot.
didn't go to the,
All I remember about
someone I know
Houston,
goes there, like, every once in a while. Like,
there
I'm
was
not
a
going to Houston.
there was a beat park. It was like a park that people played at, but it was like beat. Like it looked like the end of a festival, like you just missed it, and like everyone's like gone or leaving.
That
it
was
was only
Dallas.
like 9 o'clock.
No, that wasn't Dallas.
That was Houston.
Dallas is when we stopped to take a picture of that eye, and then we
Yeah, but we also went
hit
down
the.
near
Dude,
the.
yeah.
Remember, it was like the Cotton Bowl, and there was that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about that's something. I'm not talking about that.
That was
Oh, okay.
that was the
That was
next
Dallas.
day though.
Yeah, and then I remember we walked through like
We
the.
pulled up to Dallas. We went down to that place because we were looking up.
Did we
What
go to
was going
Dallas or
on?
Houston first?
We went to.
I thought we went to Houston
San
first.
We probably did go to
Antonio
Houston first. We did go to
was
Houston
the
first.
best.
Cause then we went up to Wichita, and towards like Kansas and like OKC.
We went.
OKC was
We went
weird.
to Austin last.
liked
I think.
OKC.
We either went
OKC
to
was
Austin last or
cool.
Dallas last.
I think we went to Dallas last.
So we went to Austin and Dallas, and then Austin. I remember we were going there. You were asleep,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like there wasn't anything to do or whatever. But it felt like a place that, like, you would come and stay a little bit.
Which one?
Austin, and we just drove through it for.
I actually don't remember Austin.
We
Oh,
dro-
we did. We just.
drove.
It seemed kind of nice.
It
actually.
seemed nice.
We went. No, wait. Was Austin where we went to that not
I
pawn
was
shop?
asleep. when
Eddie
we
was
went
asleep
to
the whole time. We were in the
Oh.
back seat. We drove all the way down, like, near the water and downtown. We were trying to figure out a place, and there wasn't really a place to, like, park at or whatever, and we were like on a more let's just keep going vibe. And I had this feeling. I was just like, it felt like you should go and stay there for a little bit, but then also had the feeling like we'll be back. Like we're not supposed to, like, we're here, we saw it, we put our energy here, but we're not supposed to be here now. We'll be here later. And then time goes on, you realize, okay, Joe Rogan's over there. That's what they're doing over that. So I was like,
Maybe
then
we
we were
go
talking
there.
about, oh, who will be on, and I was like, maybe that was it. Like when we go to Austin, it'll be for like that vibe, you know, and something around it. Who do we see in Vegas? Who do we do in Vegas?
Yo, speaking of Joe Rogan's a perfect example of somebody who is not confined to that one thing.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan, his podcast is what he's the biggest for, but he has the UFC over here. I don't know what else he really does.
Like does like jujitsu and like works out.
Movies.
Yeah.
He has his kids.
Yeah, movies, comedy. That was the one I was thinking
comedy.
of.
And
so
then he runs his own club.
Yeah,
now.
so he's a perfect example of that person who has not accepted the spot that other people said that you are.
Yeah.
They might be like, you're the podcast guy, but he has in his mind, there's no way he can accept that because he wouldn't do all those things if he had accepted that.
Yeah.
He's a great example.
100%.
Yeah.
What we do in Vegas? We
Lost money.
Lost money.
Lost some money.
I got a cup.
Yeah.
Stole a cup.
got the cup.
Met Kita. We picked up Kita at the
went to the
airport.
Mexican place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mexican place. It was good.
Did we have any other nice meals when we were there?
I was drunk the whole time.
We were going to go to that one nightclub you couldn't get in because you had a hat on.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't.
Was
gonna-
that Vegas?
you
That was
weren't
New
gonna-
Orleans.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was New Orleans.
But you weren't going to take that.
New Orleans, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You do anything.
They wouldn't let you upstairs for some reason. That's why Ryan. And
Oh, because I had a
go.
bag.
That's what it was. Yeah.
They thought I had
Yeah.
the strap on me.
Because like some dude from Alice in Wonderland just pops out of nowhere and tries to lead us up to an upstairs bar.
Yeah. He's like, oh, by the way, you gotta take that out. I was like, what? The
Yeah.
fuck are you?
So
That was weird.
you saw some comedy.
We did see comedy. We saw
Wasn't it Keita's idea?
We saw
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
No.
Griffin,
Eddie Griffin. Yeah. Eddie
who
Griffin's
is like
good.
my third favorite comedian of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Griffin. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he was really funny. And he definitely looked at us a couple of times.
Oh yeah, I was laughing like
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole time.
We were laughing a good bit.
Yeah.
I thought he was hilarious because he said so much shit that I felt like people were uncomfortable to laugh to,
Mm-hmm.
and which made it funnier for me.
Yeah, it was definitely it wasn't like an all one side crowd. It was like a very mixed crowd of
Yeah.
people. You know, I'm sure you go to some places and they're all like, yeah, like the same joke. They're all like,
Yeah.
you know. But the best jokes are the ones that you like laugh but first you're like, oh, and then you just start busting. Then you crack them again right after that.
Yeah.
You hit them, so you stun them, and then you hit them with another one, and then it just die.
And then one guy at one point got offended. I was like, damn, it's so embarrassing. If you get offended at a comedy show and then you like decide that's your moment to stand up.
Yeah, well, he was ripping on the like the waitress too. Remember?
I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I was pretty faded during the show, so like I was just like zoned in.
We saw something. Did we see something else? Did we do something else or no?
We
went to Planet 13.
No, I know, but like a show or whatever.
Did we see another show? Were we supposed to? We didn't. Did we see the Cirque du Soleil or no?
No, we didn't do
No.
that.
That water one. No.
That was nice when we did that with Dad that one time.
The
but-
pool was
Yeah.
cool. The pool at the hotel was nice.
I remember the pool.
You don't remember going to the pool?
I remember.
I think you and Keita showed up like.
Oh, I remember going to the
super
pool.
late.
Yo, you don't remember
We did the
what I
bands.
remember about the pool?
we gave a lady to band.
I was laying in the pool and I had my feet out on the thing and I was just floating because I can't float in the pool, my legs sink. But so I had my feet on the wall and I closed my eyes and I'm just sitting there floating. And I opened my eyes and there's just like this 70-year-old Asian man like staring at me. I had floated into him. He's just staring at me. So I'm like, oh my bad. I was like, what the hell? I was like, in my mind, I'm like, if I'm sitting here and someone's right here and they're like floating towards me, like even though I'm chilling, I'm moving out the way.
Right.
Like you obviously have no idea what's going on right now, and I was that person. I was just zenned out. I'm not gonna be like wait till they touch me. Like what?
Like a band-aid.
Don't fucking touch me. Like,
Wait till it tells you to move.
ew. Yeah.
You're stunned, like.
Yeah. Like, don't do that.
Like floating up to you.
No, yeah.
Like 5+ feet deep, so only your eyes are there. Like your tongue's sticking out.
Like, the worst, dude. I remember being a kid and someone, they cleared the pool out for when someone pooped in the pool. I can swim in a pool with a poop in it. I'll live with that. but a Band-Aid? No. Don't you dare ever leave a Band-Aid in the pool.
That's such a foul. Like, you should be banned from the pool.
Yeah. Like, you should have to get your ass beat.
And then if you do it again,
outside the pool.
Should be like
Everyone gets to take a shit on you since you took a shit in the pool.
That's like the worst thing you can do because it ruins it. Like, I can't go
everyone's
20 feet with, like, if I know there's a Band-Aid in 3 feet, that pool better have 6 feet because 5 feet ain't enough. Yeah.
The Band-Aid is pretty gross.
It is not. You don't know what it was.
You get caught
where it was.
letting a Band-Aid loose in the pool. You definitely deserve a ban from the pool for
Second
some time.
worst
And
is
then
hair when you get hit
second
by
offense.
hair in the pool, like a loose hair.
A loose hair.
And he's like,
I feel like it's like a loogie or something like that.
But you don't really see those.
That's not as common now.
You don't see that because you could hawk a couple of loogies in there and no one would see it really
Bro, that's nasty.
because it's so buoyant. I feel like it would just float into the bubbles with the pool.
Yeah,
you
but
wouldn't
what
see
if
that.
like you got that little yellow some mucus in there and mucus is floating down?
Just chilling in the pool. You're just like,
Yeah.
right in the pool.
Yeah, man. Especially when you were in the those mushroom pools. You know, the pool that has the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And there's like nothing that gets inside that waterfall can get out. So you go in, there's like 6 Band-Aids in there floating around. It's like, dude, doomsday is
How
upon
do you
us.
get out?
I will say the nicest, like some of the nicest parts of the trip were the pools.
Yeah, going to water.
Yeah, refreshing. I remember just days of the battle between AC and no AC for sleep. Because no AC means we all wake up drenched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But AC means we wake up with
No gas.
No gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And gas was not cheap.
No,
At
it
that
wasn't.
And we could not put our windows down.
Like,
Yeah, that
gas
didn't
is
feel like because dude, the one time
30.
we were in
40% cheaper right now.
Oklahoma.
was it
I
Oklahoma?
think so.
And I was outside
Yeah.
by this statue, and I'm just sitting, and I just looked to my, I think it was my right or maybe my left. I can't remember. I think it was my right. I looked to my right, and there's a scorpion just
Wasn't that New
crawling
Mexico?
right next to me. Was it New Mexico?
It could have been New
I
Mexico.
think it was New Mexico.
And then, and I was like, oh shit. And then I get up and I look at the ground and there's scorpions everywhere. Like even little baby ones. I went towards like the building and there's this little baby scorpion and he's wedging himself under the door and I'm watching him do it. And he literally wedges himself under the door and gets in the building. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We found a scorpion in the kitchen.
Yeah, we did.
Today?
No,
a while
like
ago.
I sent it in the group chat a while back. It was like 2
Facts.
months ago.
I saw it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I caught it.
yo.
I let it go. I put it outside.
I will let Jason handle it because
I always handle it.
he's a scorpion.
Yeah. I put him outside. I was like, I'm not gonna kill you. I wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
But how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah, we looked them up to like figure out like what are native around here and everything.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
poisonous.
it
But I know that the smaller
was not in
ones
danger.
have a more powerful sting.
I remember when that giant bee flew in here. Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was like, how it was like what?
Big.
This big? Yeah.
Just
And then we threw the ball at it, and then I went and put the glass over it. And as I was putting the glass, it started to get up because it was stunned, and it started to
Yeah.
get up, and I was like, oh shit! Barely got
we
it,
left him outside to fry.
and he died.
in the
Yeah.
glass.
Sorry, man.
Got magnified.
But he was
Had to.
loud. I was like,
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah.
This guy can't be flying around the house. He's too big.
Dude, he was huge.
Too big. Like that stinger was crazy, bro. Like it was literally bigger than the tip of a pencil.
Yeah. Dude, that thing was
Like you
nuts,
get hit
man.
by that, bro. I can't even imagine the pain.
Saw his homie outside the next.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
flying
dude.
around for a little bit.
Yeah.
We came
Patrol
back
We
Back
from.
took one out. So
Yeah, we took one out. Hopefully that was the
hopefully he went
message.
to a different house.
Because there are these wasps that when they're dying, they send out a signal, and other wasps come and check it out. And there's actually these wasps that if they see you kill one of their wasps, they literally hunt you down, and they'll wait for you. Like they wait outside your house. When you open the door, they come after you.
That's
They
crazy.
stalk you. Some fucking government wasps.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's like next level
They
shit. Like,
track
bro, I'm
right
not
through.
leaving. That's over. Like, I would order from Amazon a beekeeper's outfit.
Yeah, that's like
And
one
I
thing.
would-
Like there when we did the challenge right? And we were talking about like pairing off like the animals to each other. That was my biggest thing. Like nothing's beating a swarm of wasp.
But it was just one wasp.
But it was just one
Yeah,
wasp.
one
So
wasp
that was the
isn't really
difference.
doing shit.
But there's power in numbers, right?
Swarm.
Oh,
Yeah, power
swarm is
number.
gonna be-
Like,
So
they're waiting on you. Like you
I
said.
do think to roll it back or forward again to like I always said the OOA Internet Takeover. I do think that this year is already that year. Because every day I feel, and I don't feel the pressure anymore like I did before. Because before I was always doing it for the effect. I'd always post something for the effect of it. Not the music, but anything around the music.
Mhm.
Any marketing, it was always the effect. I was always looking for the effect. But now it's like every day I'm just like, oh, I just want to do this stream over here. I want to do this over here. I'm looking at it like, oh, for me to get like a solid stream in, I'm going to need an hour. Like, where can I get an hour in my day to sit down and like, can I get it before work, after work? Where can I get it? If I wake up early and just put out a piece of content, but not for the effect, just because I'm like, I want to do that. Cause it's more fun. Like I hit a wall in my main character. And I was like, I don't feel like, and now I just do the PvP on my main character. But I hit a wall where I don't feel like playing that account.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, I want to play, but if I'm on my phone, I can't stream it. So I don't play the other accounts. But I will like grind in the Nuzlocke. If I have to train up levels, I'll just do that on my phone off stream if I'm not there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because it's like, no one really
What
needs
you
to see
should
that.
do
Anyway.
is do like a grind montage on screen, right? And you can like fast forward your training,
Yeah.
and then you put like an Oceans on Arrival song in the backing of it.
Yeah, if I was to actually edit the videos, because right now I'm just streaming and posting the streams. Like what I was gonna do when I finish the Nuzlocke is go back and
Get the highlights.
do like a recap, because I love those are some of the ones I like watching. I watched those when I was playing my Nuzlocke on the GBA.
Like Small Ant and stuff like that.
Small Ant, I watch his shorts.
Yeah.
Even though I said I hate making the shorts, but like I said, I'm just like everybody else. I consume the shorts. That's what the format is. But it was a guy who he did monotype Nuzlocks only. So he had a list of all, like, it's the first 5 generations is the only ones he did. No, he did X and Y in some of those ones, but he'd pick that thing and he'd do a monotype if it was possible. And he would even do stuff like, oh, if you have the Pokewalker and you walk 1,500 steps, you can get a Beldum. So when he does his psychic monotype, he can start with the Beldum legitly.
Facts.
Like he wouldn't cheat. Anything within the game or within the parameters of what he could access within the game, he would do. Which is, I think it's cool. So I'd watch that guy play, and he'd do the recap of the whole thing. Even the ones where he failed, he'd show like, oh, this is attempt 2. And he has a cool little banner that shows his attempts, like deaths, badges.
I think I might have seen him before.
And then this guy named Sonics, he's a shiny hunter.
I've seen him his channel before.
Yeah,
For sure.
and he has cool ones. Like he has like shiny Dream Team quests, and he plays like the GBA games, and he has to get like all of them, like the 6 for his shiny team. And that guy's hunted like all the roaming dogs in Fire and Leaf Green, where you have to literally like talk to not Steven, but the other guy who like gives you the gem or whatever. And then you have to go to the route and look, and if it's shiny, it's like each software set is like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
On a
That's
1 in
nice.
8,000 odds. Like we complain over the starter one, but your software says like a minute and a half if the thing pops up in the grass, but it could not pop up. It could take longer.
Grind, man.
Yeah, but it makes it
Do
fun.
it for the love of it,
Yeah,
not for the money.
yeah,
That's a big thing with everything people you're getting into all with the different like sports and entertainment and whatever. And it really comes down to what are you doing it for?
yeah.
That's what matters.
I wish I had more time in the
And
day,
then-
man.
But once people get consumed in the money thing and you sign whatever, then now money is like, just like you said, it becomes Twitch versus YouTube. Your life
Yeah.
becomes Twitch versus a YouTube life.
And dude, these
that metaphor.
Twitch people, like they have contracts that they have to put a minimum amount of content out a week,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't meet the requirement. Like if you don't put 8 hours of content a week.
Yeah.
But 8 hours of content means that more than once a day you have to sit down for an hour at your computer by force and pump out something.
Exactly.
Like, dude, one of the biggest Fortnite streamers ever, he like recently retired
Mm-hmm.
because he said like, it was like, he got to the point where he's like, I literally have no life.
Yeah, he's
Like,
doing
I
more than
actually
40
have
hours.
no
He's
life.
doing like 60 hours a week plus.
Yeah, like I sit. He's like, all I do is I sit and I play Fortnite, and he's like, I can't even play anything else because he can't do that. Contractually, he can't. He has to play this game. That's it. That's all you can do. Play
That's all
that
you
game.
can stream at least.
Yeah, that's it. But you're not gonna go play anything else because you're like, oh, if I'm playing this, I could be streaming Fortnite because it'll count towards my 40 hours I have to put in for the week. And so it's like, oh, I'm not gonna go do that because then I still have to do this. And then he quit, but he has like millions of dollars, so
Yeah.
he did it right. He got out.
Yeah, just like any sports athlete who knows when their time is.
Like Andrew Luck, I think it was
Yeah,
Andrew Luck.
exactly.
He
Andrew
was
Luck,
probably
big time.
one of the smartest NFL players ever.
Mhm.
Only because he got in the game, did everything you had to do
MVP,
up until
yeah.
getting to the league, gets in the league, gets his big contract, fulfills his big contract, and retires. Smart.
He retired 1 year early.
1 year before. So he probably didn't need the rest. He said, I can live off this.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he was doing it smart the whole
But
time.
he had injuries, and he was probably just like,
It's not worth it.
yeah.
Smart. Because,
I'm sure if you're smart enough, you can tell, like, if you're in the NFL and you're smart enough, you probably can tell if the NFL wants, like, is rallying around your team or not.
Yeah, but at what point, I wonder at what point, even like someone like Drew Brees, like Drew Brees accomplished a lot. I think he's like the pass leader, or maybe Tom Brady passed
We
him.
got one ring.
We got one ring.
Should have to.
But even besides that, like even for Drew Brees, like you did so much. You're like, if you're looking at it and you're like, if you had a random pick of quarterbacks and you're like, you ended up getting Drew Brees, like you're not mad at that. You're like, okay, Drew Brees, and you were telling me a story about he can't like lift his arm
Yeah.
because it's so damaged.
Well, he wanted to win so bad.
And so that's the thing though. When you think about it like this, right?
He did win already.
Let's say he retires at 40. I don't know how old he was. If you live till 80, in this time, you may have set yourself up financially, but you have 40 more years where you now lost access to this part.
Yeah.
And you all lost access to a huge part of your life because now you can't throw and play catch with your kid.
Well, you can do it with the left hand.
Yeah, I guess so. But you still limited yourself. But then there's people who don't have an arm, so
Yeah.
you
So should
can't
he
really
have played
say
that
too
long?
much.
Probably
But
not.
yeah, but I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But at the end of the day, if you have the passion to the point where you're willing to die for it, then I understand. Because I think that's the main difference. I always say it, artists and entertainers. But if you're willing to die for it, only an artist is willing to die for their art, whatever their art form is, whether it's actual considered arts or like they play football or whatever. If you're willing to die for it, that's a difference than somebody who's like,
100%.
someone's like, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head, 3 rounds in the chamber, it's a revolver, I'm gonna spin it and pull the trigger, or you stop doing this thing. If you're not willing to do that, then you don't love it.
Yeah. I'll say Matt Ryan versus Ray Lewis.
Yeah, huge difference.
Big. Everything.
Put it all on the line.
I would have, if I'm up 28 points in the Super Bowl, you're gonna have to kill me for us to lose that game. I don't care what I have to do.
Yeah. Same thing if I have Marshawn Lynch in my backfield.
But you know why they made that call.
Yeah.
He knows why they made that
Yeah,
call.
same
Everyone
thing.
knows why they
And
made
that's
that
the tough
call.
part about Drew Brees is that if he did sacrifice his body or whatever, and he was just trying to win one more, that's what he really wanted that shit,
Yeah,
and they just fucking
take it away.
take it away.
Well, that's the same thing with the
suck.
Lions.
That's the
Lions
suck.
should be
Yeah.
number 1 right now.
We'll see. What if the 49ers lose tomorrow?
We'll see.
Yeah.
But we should have beat Dallas.
Yeah.
But they took it away from us.
Yeah.
And we didn't
It's
deserve
big.
it to be taken away from us.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't do anything that would be like, oh, this. They made some shit up.
Yeah.
And they
Stuff.
changed the outcome of a game. And that's scary.
Yeah.
A large mass media.
Well,
and then
they've
they
been
say,
doing
oh,
it.
the ref just won't.
Yeah.
Come on,
they're
bro.
So
They
fucking.
did that so many times this season, though. Like specifically this.
season.
I know they do it a lot, but like
Yeah.
specifically
Dude,
this season, I feel like they've
that
done it a
moment-
lot.
Like there has never been more of an obvious rigging of a game.
Yeah. The late
in,
flag.
in recent history than with when Drew Brees and the Saints are playing the Rams, and the dude is literally waiting for the ball, and he gets annihilated, and no flag. He gets annihilated. The ball flies over his head. He can't no. Two refs are literally staring at the play. No flag. Boom, boom. Now, granted, Drew Brees did have the ball in overtime. He did throw a pick. But still, they would have won the game at that point, and then it would have been Drew Brees and the Saints versus Tom Brady and the Patriots. But it was Tom Brady and the Patriots versus the Rams and Jared Goff, and it was 13-3. It was the worst Super Bowl ever. And it was they only scored 13 points. The Saints were averaging way over 20. They would have won. It would have been Drew, and he would have rode off in the sunset. But you take that, now Tom Brady has one less, Marshawn Lynch one less.
That's it. Yeah.
So.
Well, Brady has what, 7, 6?
7.
7. That's what I thought.
One more than Jordan.
It's scary, man.
But yeah, man.
I don't think anyone will ever have
But it's a
as
business.
many rings as Brady.
Yeah.
At least for a long time.
Sound like sport.
So it's weird. I mean, I don't know. Day-to-day life.
Money,
That's
man.
what.
Depending on the sport, for sure.
I think that's at the end of the day what I think people need to connect to, though, because I think people need to do more things that they're actually passionate about or make them happy.
100%.
It's becoming more and more obvious to me, even though that's always the answer. And if I go back, I watched a video of me more than 5 years ago, 8 years ago, talking about life path and your purpose.
Yeah.
And I was talking about the same thing back then, but I was just a little kid, but I was saying the same things. I can say it a lot better now.
Yeah.
But it's more and more evident to me as the days go on. And it brings me more and more peace. Because it's less about the external and more about the internal. And I really just, all I want to do is just in work sucks. I hate going to work. I don't hate it, but it's I don't want to do it.
You'd rather be doing something else.
I'd rather do something else. But that all being said, when I go in there, I'm not dreading my existence.
You can't.
I'm just I'm getting through this. I'm going to get my little money.
Eventually, because it's a perspective of knowing that you're not gonna be the person who's 40 doing this. You know what I mean?
And honestly, even though it's you need money to survive, work is actually such a low priority in my mind. I don't give a shit if I go in there tired. It's not if I'm ready for if it was a birthday. It's I want to make sure I'm well rested and I show up on time and I'm making sure I'm at my best to go to this event. It's I don't give a shit at all. I go in there, I do what I'm supposed to do. I go above and beyond because my standard is higher than the standard that you're supposed to meet. So I shine. And then that's it. Go home. I don't really care. I really don't care. I don't care if you like the drink. It makes me feel good when you do. Yeah. I don't care anymore. I make the drink and I'm I honestly don't give a shit if you enjoy it. Either the food either. I don't care. I'm gonna give you good service because I'm a good person, and I'm working for tips, but I don't care anymore, at all. But it makes it easier to do it, because even when people are rude, there was a guy who came in. He's "Oh, can I get some bread?" I was "Yeah," and then 2 minutes later, after I put in his order, he's "Oh, and the bread," and I was "Yeah, I heard you." That was it. I don't even care enough to be "Oh yeah, it's cool." I'm not even doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I heard you.
I've been off that for a while.
Why are you tripping? I heard you.
And then after this steak debacle, I lost all. I was I don't give a shit about people reviewing here.
Steak debacle?
Oh, it was on the other one. So I got a review.
Tell it a long story short, because
for
the
The
podcast,
old
it's
place or
gonna
the
be
new place?
At the old
same
place.
story
Okay.
twice.
I got a review. You get a review, you get a free meal, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I was can I get a steak? Well, first, when I asked, I was "Yo, see, I got a review." He was "How'd you find out?" Basically, was the response. How'd you, who, did someone show you? I was well, I remember them telling me that they're going to write a review, so I went back and checked. Usually when that happens, my name's not in there. It's just a good comment. Anyway, get the review, boom, boom, meal.
Your name's in there.
Yeah, I'm "Can I get a steak?" He's "No." And I was "All right, what about tomorrow when I work a double? How about can I get a steak then?" He was "No." I was "Really?" He's "No." I was 4 sides and 8 tenders isn't worth 1 steak and 1 side? Are you kidding me? And I'm going to pay you $6 for the chicken today. How's that not an equal deal? So after that, I was what's the incentive of getting, and on top of the fact I'm getting chicken tenders that are $2 or $3 less than the maximum you can get every day.
But like,
So I'm saving in money technically.
the crazy part is like, you get like a 2-catch platter, right? And that's already like $28. Or
20 like 3 or whatever.
24, 25. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it stays like $2 more, $2 more.
Yeah.
Like, bro, and it's not even like, man, it's not even like it's like the staple of the place.
I said this
Yeah.
a long time ago. At the end of the day, and it became obvious over time for sure. Like that dude does not respect you at all.
Yeah, 100%. So I have lost.
But
all
like I
respect.
said, it's about the other thing. It's like if some people they do not have the capacity to like you or love you because they do not have the capacity. They do have the capacity, but they do not like or love themselves.
Well, it just reminds me. I had someone who walked in who was like, he walked in, he was like, "Oh, these lights are bright." He's like, "Can we dim them?" I was like, "No, I can't dim them." He's like, then he like turned his wife, said something. I was like, "If you're wondering why I can't dim them, it's because we don't have a dimmer." He's like, "You don't have a dimmer?" I was like, "No, it's either off or on." He's like, "Let's try it off." I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I counted all the people at the bar. I was like 10 people. I was like, this doesn't equate to me being able to turn off the lights or whatever. In that little battle, he like liked me. He like liked that I challenged him or whatever.
Mm.
So we had a good time. And then he was like, he's like, "How long you been here?" I was like, "Oh, since the first day." He was like, "Oh man, dude, that's great." Like, basically like damn, like that's great. And then I was like, he said something else. I was like, "Yeah, they only paid me $2, so that's why I only worked 2 days," or blah blah blah. And he was just like dumbfounded of the idea that I only make $2 and
Dude,
or whatever.
everyone always is when you tell them.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Unless they're have been in the service industry before.
You know what was
yeah, but
crazy?
then when they haven't, you lay it down. It's like, if someone walks in that door right now and gets hired, I'm like the same amount of money as them. And I've been here for 2.5 years.
You know,
Then when you lay it like that, then it's like, whoa.
yeah.
Right.
Yesterday, like corporate people came in,
Mm.
and I'm like, I played it like I didn't know at all who they were. So when the guy sat down, I did my same thing. "Oh, you ever been here before?" And he kind of like laughed. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, once or twice." And so I played the card that I don't know your corporate. That way you're like, I feel like it takes the, like, if you know that I know who you are, then you're going to like be watching me in a way that like, oh, I know you know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think that I don't know who you are, then he's going to be more like, oh, he doesn't know who I am. And then I feel like it almost takes like the
smugness off of them.
yeah, where he's like, oh, this guy doesn't know who I am. Like, and so he ordered just a cappuccino or whatever. But then like there's a bunch of regulars who come in every day, and one of the regulars was like getting a little tipsy, so he started talking. He's like, oh, because the manager brought up the curtains because they're supposed to be like at whatever, and he's like, oh, it's so bright, and we put them down, but they put them back up because they thought you guys were coming in or whatever, and then they're like, oh, you can put them down, like da da da. And then he came up to those guys and he was like, oh, the same dude who I made the cappuccino for, and he tipped me like $5. Cappuccino was like $5. So it was cool, whatever. Company card, didn't cost me anything, but thank you. And he came up to those guys and he's like, thank you guys for what you do. He's like, because you guys are the reason that my family is fed. Like, essentially, you're taking care of my family. Like, essentially saying about your business. But he didn't say anything to me. And I thought about that. Like, you sat here and you thanked all these people who spent all this money, but there's a reason they come back. But you don't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You said nothing to me. You didn't say thank you to me. I'm the one sitting here making you the money. Yeah, they're paying.
And you served them.
Yeah. But then I'm like, I understand your psychology. You don't think about that this is how you make the money.
Yeah.
Not that. This.
100%.
And that's exactly what your boss is.
Yeah. I've
This,
been saying that.
these people make the money, bro. There's places you go. Everyone talks about it where the service is crap and they leave. They don't come back. And the service is great. I had people today who their plan was to come in and drink and go somewhere else to eat. And they came in and drank and they liked the drink. They liked the service. And the guy was like, oh, we planned to go here. And he's like, but I've had a great time. And I could see he's like, should we eat here? Like he's like, I don't want to go now. But they had these plans and whatever. He's like, I'll come back next week. He's like, I'll come back. I'll see you. It's like that, dude. I'm making this place money.
100%.
Because he tipped me 20 on an 80, but the business made $80.
Yeah.
And I made 20.
Exactly.
So
How much money have I made for this place?
yeah, and that's why I do like even I feel
Especially
two
as
ways
a
about this.
bartender.
I talked to the boss about a raise, and originally asked for. I was like, "Can I get 10?" He's like, "No way, we can do 10." And I was like, "Okay, well, I was like, I would like minimum wage." And then as I'm talking to him, like it's kind of like it's negotiation. So I was like, I'd be cool with 5. Like I would be cool with 5. And then the last time I talked to him, he's like he told me he can give me a raise when it opens back up. I don't know when that is. I think it was the fourth quarter numbers they had to close, and I think the fourth quarter numbers close on January 12th. Doesn't actually close on the 1st. I think that's when I can get a raise. I don't know. But he's like, oh, I'm gonna be able to give you a raise, but I'm not gonna be able to give you the 5. He didn't specify what, but I already make 213. So if that number isn't 4 something, then you're not really doing me much of a favor. And that's my debate where it's like if he says, oh, I can give you up to 3, then it's gonna be like I'd have to be here for how much longer before I would get another raise. And 3 is that what is that? That almost feels like a keep you happy.
It's like here's a couple pennies.
Yeah, because one of the things he said, he's like, oh, he's like, because he said that he's like, I do want to keep you happy, and I was like, I'm not making any threats. Like, that's what I told him. I was like, I'm not making any threats. I'm not threatening. Like, oh, if you don't give me this, I'm leaving. He's like, oh no, I know, but you're afraid.
But if you don't give this to me, I'm leaving.
You're afraid, but
Faster than I would.
But in that space, the action is based in fear. I can see that because you're afraid that I'll leave if you don't give it to me. But then at the same time, I do feel if you gave me 5, would be solid. But like, are you gonna nickel and dime me? Or are you gonna give me what I want? I'm curious. I haven't got it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering what it's gonna be. I'll be at this point. I'm happy. 350 is cool. Anything under 350, I feel like.
Oh, dude, you make money for the place, and then especially the bartender making the drinks. If you make a shitty drink, they send it back. You got to make a second thing. If you make a good drink, good chance they buy another one.
Yeah.
So there's in way more ways than one. And then on top of the fact that if you're a good bartender, you're helping the other servers get better service time. You know what I mean? Helping the restaurants. Well, you do so much that, as being and then cooking. Being a head chef and things like all those different aspects, like so much relies on you, and then to ask for 50 cents for 3 months, and not get it.
Yeah, and I did talk to him,
and then turn around, and then he pays the person $4 or $5 more. Like,
no, it's crazy.
That's such in a business decision, the worst business decision he ever made.
Yeah.
Because even now, bro, he didn't let them open the past 2 days. I was there. This man's in there in the morning doing all the opening, having them come in right when we open to just basically cut their hour and a half before. And then still when he gets there, at night he cuts Blake. So then Blake literally his hours went from being like 10 out, like 8, 10 out till like 6.
He's there all day.
And and his whole day is consumed. He doesn't have so he has to get a ride and everything like that. You know what I mean? And then Donovan's perspective is that to wait. I mean, there's cycles in that place, so I don't
we're going into a down though.
Yeah.
This tax season, it's always a down. Like last season, my tips went from like 23% to like 15% average. Today I averaged 13%.
Well, it's also
over the table. Under the table, I was going lit.
It's also like right after the holiday season.
Yeah.
So,
That's the thing, and that's why I tried to work, and I did. I worked as much as I could during the holiday season because I knew like this is it. Like I made the same amount of money because I worked November or December 24th. I made the same amount of money that day, the 24th, as I did the next like 3 days combined. Huge drop, and that's why it's like perfect timing.
That's why you got
have my month off. Yeah. I remember last year, a dude told me I made this much, these 2 days. I was like, hell yeah.
And luckily you're in a position where the place that you're in, like, that one day you went in for an hour and a half or whatever, and you're like, no reason for you, and they're like, yeah, there is no reason for you to go.
It depends on the person, too.
Exactly. So hopefully you have more aligned to those people. Yeah. Because a lot of people selfishly
like, one of, like,
hold you
my
hostage
2
there.
favorite managers, one of them does selfishly hold me hostage there. Where they don't, because they don't want, if I do leave, they are like, oh, I don't want, it's going to be harder for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of my favorite, him and, they're one of my favorites, but he does hold me there. And so I do like when the other one is like the closer because essentially he just lets me work it out with the other bartender.
Mhm.
So whatever you guys want.
As it should be.
Yeah. And it's not like I don't have to ask permission to leave. For him, it's more of like a, yo, you cool if I go? It's more of like a mutual respect. Like, I'll come to you and I'll let you know because I'm not going to disrespect you and just walk out. I'll let you know, like, yo. And but for the other guy, it's I got to be like, yo, you cool if I go? It's a different question.
Yeah.
It's the same words, but it's a different question. It's like, oh, no, wait till 7. And I sit there and make $10 more for the next hour. It's like,
Yeah.
let me go. Give him the $10 extra. Let me go home.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
At the job that you were just talking about, the old job, right? I remember when I first started working there, I was making $11 an hour. And I remember telling them, I was like, for $11 an hour, I'm only working mornings. But then I saw like how many hours that he was willing to give at that time because there was so many, like such little staff and there was so much to do. So I was like, all right, weird. I'll come over here and work for you full time, but I want 14. And I remember the guy who was like helping the manager, who's the manager now, there, open it up. Well, I'll say his name, Damien. Got a lot of us raises that first week that place was open because we were all just like, well, I'm not going to go there, work full time unless you're paying me this amount of money. And I remember getting other people raises there and not taking raises myself because I wanted other people to make money. So like I feel like I had to keep pushing the manager to be like, yo, pay your people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't see it. It's crazy.
It's all about the people, man.
Shit, I just need the opportunities, man. That's
You
it.
get them every day.
Yeah.
Just depends on. Might not be the ones that you really want in the moment.
I do actually maximize
But you have to.
as much as I can. Like I do maximize. Like I probably make more per hour than anybody else in there because I've learned how to do this job to get this goal, to get this outcome. It's not guaranteed because people would just stiff you.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand the exact routes you need to take with all the kinds of people that you meet.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm learning with this new job,
Mhm.
especially with what I did today. It's like learning the route,
Yeah.
learning the line, and that's how you get the best outcome.
Yeah, like I had a dude sit down on my way out, ask for a couple drinks, and then I was like, I'm heading out, guys. You guys have a good rest of your night. Even though they hadn't paid me, but I knew it's gonna go to the other bartender. But I was already to the point where I was checked out, so I don't get any more of the tips. I just get cash, and then the guy looks and he like taps on his wife. But I just treated them with respect when they came in. That I didn't ask for shit. And as I'm leaving, some people just be like, oh yeah, bye. And then but him is like, oh, he knew like morally, oh, I should give this guy something. And they gave me all he had. He opened his wallet. All he had was $3. And I could send him. He looked at his wife like, oh, all I have is $3. And then, but then he was like, yo, and then I took it. And I was like, thank you. He wanted to give me more. If he had more, I'm sure I would have got more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's cash, $3. But I
Dude,
appreciate
one thing
it.
we started doing is on the bill. It's the balance, and then it shows you the balance with if you pay by credit card, and the balance if you pay by cash. And it's cheaper if you pay by cash.
Mm.
So basically, some people have taken it like, you're charging me more for the credit card? Instead of seeing it as, no, we're just showing you what you lose by paying credit card instead of using cash, how much money you lose. $4, $5, $6. Like an $81 check is like only $77 if you pay cash.
Yeah.
And and I was like, bro, this is everywhere.
It is.
It's everywhere, everything you do. And they're trying to eliminate cash. And so this one lady was like, oh, you guys are trying to like keep cash alive. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, you can buy anything with cash. And then she starts busting out, this like older black lady starts busting out laughing.
That's funny.
With you saying that, though, it reminded me of a conversation that I had with my dad the other day, right? And he was saying that he went to the liquor store and they charged like a 3% fee if you pay with a card or a credit card, or your debit card or a credit card, right? But if you pay cash, they'll still charge you the 3% fee, but then on the receipt it says refunded 2.7%.
Because they have to pay the cards
Yeah.
every time they swipe.
But if you're paying cash, why are you still paying a 0.3% fee?
maybe the fee is only 2.7%.
Well, it's a 3% fee. So then they're pocketing 0.3%.
Yeah, in some way.
Hmm.
They're cutting their lot, but then you could also argue that the company is making you pay for the credit card fee instead of the company paying for it.
Yeah, but if you're paying cash, then why are they pocketing 0.3?
Yeah, that
Oh,
part's
yeah.
weird.
That is weird. It's a liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that perspective, I was like, for certain things, like you should use cash. Like I don't think you should really ever use a debit card because you're not gaining anything. Credit card, you gain whether you have one that gives you cash back or whatever. But if you're going to use a card, you're paying extra money, so you might as well get something in return or just use cash, because it's cheaper in the end. And the more people who use cash will keep the cash thing alive. The more people who don't.
Goes to the
See,
cards.
I don't use cash.
Exactly. So you're part of the reason why the cash is becoming depleting.
I use cash as much as I can, but I also get
It helps
cash.
easier when you do. And I make, at the one job, all my money in cash. So it's easier for me to have cash, and the other job depends if you get cash or not.
Thing is, cash is better because think about it this way: if you want to give someone $5 and you don't have cash, you have to what's your Cash App, what's your Zelle, whatever. But
old days, go to the ATM.
And it's
but today
and it's tracked to that, and there's proof.
What's the paper trails?
Yeah.
I don't know. Today is if you walk up, if you have $5 and you just hand someone $5 and you're like, yo, let me get this. Just hand them $5 off the rip. It's over. I had a dude walk up, or it was a lady, and we ended up having a great conversation. She walked up. I poured her first drink. She said, oh, here, this is for you now. It's just to set the tone. Gave me $20. And then we just start talking, and then she does her fruit. Of course, I give her extra drinks now. I don't charge her for everything. And then she tips me again at the end. And it's you essentially, you bought the best service. Because I know you're going to give me more money than anybody else.
100%. And
So-
that's also the perspective when you have a table that's ass whatever, and you just know it's an L. And sometimes they end up tipping you they're a normal tipper, but
Yeah.
the experience wasn't worth So at that point, it's I've come to realize a long time ago, I was like, that's an L. Let it be an L.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse. But don't try to just let it be L and take your attention on these other ones, because you can make 20, 20, 20, and you can sit over here. But then you try to make this one good, they still stiff you, and then they're mad because they didn't get the best, and then you get 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah, exactly. You got to forfeit some. There's this lady I served. I don't know if I told this story. I served this lady. I'm going to tell it, long story short. And she ran me around like crazy. And she, the whole time she's playing it off like she's going to tip me crazy. Tips me 7 on 70. Then I see her again, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you a second chance, maybe. She ran me around and one of my friends who's a manager, both of us around, and she ended up tipping me 5 on a 60, just terrible. But she thinks, she's like, oh, I'm doing here you go, sweetie. It's what? And she's not that old to be of that era that they think that that's a good tip. And the third time I seen her, she sat at the end of the bar. And then she expected me to do everything that I did before. She's like, oh, hey, think I'm gonna be super friendly, whatever. I walked up, I was like, what can I do for you? And then she's like, oh, can I get a menu and this drink? And I was like, cool. I walked around, I put the menu down, poured her a drink, set it down. I said, let me know when you're ready to order, and I walked away. And then I didn't go over to her at all, didn't talk to her at all. She was ready to order. I walked over there. I took her order. Okay, cool. Nothing else. No emotion. I didn't give her anything. Nothing. It was the worst service I ever gave everybody, or ever gave anybody. And then I could see she was visibly unhappy. I could see she was it made her sad. I could see it. But I was like, I can't care, because you did me dirty twice. And if I give you good service, you're going to come back, you're going to waste more of my time, and you're going to waste more of my energy, and you're going to do me dirty again. So I don't want you to come back. I'm going to give you shit service so you don't. And I haven't seen her since. So sometimes you got to even force them out. It's you're not going to do what you're supposed to do. Neither am I.
Well, if you go out to eat, it's not whatever the bill costs. It's whatever the bill costs plus tip.
Yeah.
That's the standard. So it's if you have only $80 and the bill's like $80, you don't have enough. You know, if you have 90, maybe, you know, the next time you give extra, but you know, you got it. That's part of it.
I feel like sometimes,
getting served. That's
sometimes like
just getting takeout.
I think like as I get older, I think good and bad become less important than right and wrong. And the grandiose rights and wrongs become more important than being good or being bad. Like, of course, never intentionally be bad, because intentional bad is evil. Well, almost never. But the reasoning matters, because I feel like even though like if I'm like rude to somebody, because there was this other person, I told the story last time, so I don't want to get into it. But there's this other person, a coworker, and she asked me to make her a drink. Like, but she did it. She was very rude the way she asked me to do it, and it wasn't for work. It was for her. And I like told her, like, I was like, no. And as I'm making the same drink for somebody else who asked me politely, like, oh, you're already doing it. Can't you just? I was like, no. And then she's like, oh, well, can you please? And I was like, you're not getting one for me today. Like, you messed up. Got try again later. And even though I was kind of a dick to her,
right?
I was like, you have to learn your lesson. Like, you're not going to you shouldn't speak to me or anyone else like that. And if I give you what you want like that, you're going to think you can get what you want. But being like that, it's like a kid.
Do you remember exactly what she said?
It was like, I don't know. It was either make me one. Ooh, make me one. Or something like that. It wasn't too crazy, but I could tell, like, I was like, you lack manners. It wasn't too crazy. But it was enough. And then she got offended that I didn't make it for her. Like, come on now.
She's entitled to it, right?
Yeah. Because I owe you. And then I had this thing today. There was a dude who used to work there, and I was cool with them. And now we're like, not cool, but not really cool. And he came in today, and I was like, oh, yo, like, what can I get for you? Or what can I was like, you want a drink? And he's like, yeah. He's like, rum and coke. I made him rum and coke. Then he killed it, like, real fast. And I waited a little bit because I was like, you killed that pretty fast. I'm not going to make you another one right away. And I was like, oh, do you want another one a little bit later? He's like, yeah. And he killed that one fast. And then when he left. He didn't even say peace. He didn't even pay. And I was like, what do you think this is? Like, because he used to work there, and he's cool with like some of the people there, and it's okay, cordial. But like next time, I'm not gonna make you anything.
That reminds me. Yesterday, the people that he was like trying to dim the lights and all that. They like there's like an old lady next to him, and she's like at the end of her meal. I drop her bill off, and then she starts like chatting them up. So like they're just talking to each other. So I'm doing my other stuff. They're talking to each other. They have this whole conversation. I dropped the food off to him, and at that point she was basically like, okay, I'll leave you guys to your food now. Like, it's great talking to you, blah blah blah. So I'm thinking she's like about to like grab her card or whatever. I go like do something to one of my other tables. I come back, she's gone. She's like an older lady. I was like, how the fuck she got here so fast? I was like,
did she pay?
And they're like, yeah, she left. I was like, oh, she's like, she didn't pay. I was like, nah. They're like, oh, we'll get it, because they were chatting them up. And I come back. They're like, do you think she does that? Just like goes to restaurants and then chats people up and like pretends to leave, like innocently leave, and then they just feel bad and have to grab the check.
Damn.
And I was like, yeah, she's probably at another restaurant right now getting dessert.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be such, like, you know, you're just like, you think she's an innocent old lady. She chats you up for a while, and then you just feel.
Some people are crazy. Some people are crazy.
And then they look at the bill. They're like, damn, she got a scofflaw. She was balling out. This is hilarious.
Last thing I want to say, because I feel like we're talking about work too much, is maybe it's relatable. I don't know. There's a dude, one of the regulars, who we were like ran out of martini glasses. Like, they all fucking broke. They break so easily. We had like 2 left, and he came in and we didn't have one for him, and we ran out of bar napkins too. And then when it came to like he was like he was upset about it, like very upset about it. Like, it's way too to be upset. And I know how to, like, because they come in every day, and the other one that sits right next to him knows how ridiculous it is, but he knows he's just old. Like, this guy was in World War II. Like, he's old. Like, he just told me he had like he literally he's like, oh, I've been having these weird dreams. And I was like, what are they about? And he's like, last night it was Korea. And then he got up and he like went to like his friend. He put his head down like this, and I was like, God damn! Like what the hell is going on in his head? Like he's battling some demons, and he's very nervous guy, anxiety out the ass. So obviously he has some PTSD.
Seen some shit.
But yeah, but this is the guy. He's very upset about the napkins, and I'll crack little jokes here and there. And he doesn't like. I shoot him over his head, of course, because if he understood the jokes, then I know he'd get really
They had
upset.
circle napkins instead of squares.
No, just like whatever. And then, but he said like the last time he's like, oh, like he's like, because you don't have napkins, or the thing, I'm taking 50 cents out of the tip, and then that'd be like $5 less than he normally would. I was like, what, 50 cents? Like, what is that? He's looking like $5 less. That's not 50 cents.
That's
But I was like, it's crazy that you blame me.
yeah.
Do I make the fucking order for the napkins? Like, no.
Like, I get paid $2, bro.
To make the drinks.
So you got 11. I make $2, bro.
I'm
answer
about to
now
start
would
saying that. I make $2 an hour. I don't
You have
expect much more out of me.
Yeah. And they, especially if you're like, they know you as like really good. They're like,
Yeah.
wait, why? It makes you question the play. Like, why is this person not
Yeah.
getting taken care
I
of?
almost feel like now that I'm actually, I don't know how close I actually am. He said I'm going to get the raise. I don't know when I'm going to get it. I almost feel like it's a good and a bad thing. Because on one side, I don't want that raise to be like, oh, we gave you the raise now, da da da. I don't want it to be
Now we
used
expect
against
you to
me.
do X, Y, and
Yeah,
Z.
but I'm going to be like, no, I got the raise off what I already did.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel that way, then take it
If
away.
I got a raise at my spot, that's exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, I would have had one by now. You know, so that's why when I was like, I don't really care. Now I'm fine with being $2 an hour, but I'm only coming in on these days.
Yeah.
You know, but there was another person at the new spot, ran me around and all that stuff, blah blah blah. And then she did the check. She was like, "Oh, I left you something on there." I'm like, "All right, bet, blah blah blah." The check was like something 25. It was like 75 cents. She like just rounded up to. I was like, "What?" I was like, What do you leave no regularly?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Maybe.
You know, I was like, maybe yeah.
Dude, this
So
goes
she,
back.
like, made an effort
But
to say
also,
it
it's
to
not
you,
their
though.
fault. Like, this should be a thing in school. Like,
How to tip.
societal things. You know what I mean? Taxes, restaurants, driving, you know, all these different things. Or you have a program in the school where instead of it's like the lunch ladies, people who want to cook or whatever can go, and people, whatever they could serve at the cafeteria, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Make it a couple extra dollars, you know, as a high school
Get
kid.
free lunch.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, get free lunch, you know,
Yeah.
you helps do it instead of just having like fucking the lunch lady with 3 fingers scooping the mashed potatoes on your
That sounds like you are saying that from personal experience.
you know, and they had the fucking octagon pizzas
Yeah, I like the rectangle
with
ones.
the Wendy's patties chopped up.
Square burger, cow squared.
Little Wendy's nuggets.
So I went to my old job, the one I just quit,
Mhm.
like 2 or 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
For
Like,
what?
it was like right before we came over here
What?
one day.
What made you go in there or brought you there?
Well, we were gonna go to the brewery because I was meeting Calvin, Bree, and I. We were gonna meet up with one of our old coworkers at the barbecue restaurant, and so I picked him up, and then we all met there. We're gonna meet at the brewery, but it was closed. Both of the breweries in Sonoya were closed. Oh, said the word, but that's okay.
Beep.
And so we went to the old restaurant, right? And so we're eating, and like I said what's up to everybody I knew, and they were all happy to see me. And I was making jokes. I was like, I bet I'm still in the system. I bet I can still clock in. And so I walk over to the POS system, type my number in, and sure enough, I can still clock in. So I'm like, well, since I can still clock in, you're gonna give me that 50% off, right?
Did they give it to you?
No.
Oh.
I was so mad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was
Really?
like, bro, what?
Yeah, after all you give them.
Right. And I was like, they gave me like 10% off, which was like
That's
cool.
so whack.
You know what I'm
though.
saying? But,
Military
like,
discount, bro.
See, that's different. Remember when we went to Geno's and we got like an $50 meal for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
But even with The place that in Colorado that I helped open, they gave us a meal for free. It wasn't a big meal. It was like
Yeah.
12 wings or something like that.
Yeah.
A couple
Yeah.
Cokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was still like something, you know.
It's different. Places are different. The way people carry themselves is different. It's a weird world.
You can definitely tell. You know, and some people they want to go back to the place because of the server or whatever. The only way you keep like old Miss Betty is by treating her good and keeping her around.
See, I think about this within myself, and I think about like, even if you made more money, like, would you still be happy? Like, I'm getting to the point now where, and maybe I gotta talk to my boss about this, really, but once I figure it out a bit more, where like, no matter what, even if I have a good day, I feel better because I made more money. I'm like, oh, I made good money today, but the actual job I'm unhappy at.
Yeah, but it's
So I think like I'm thinking about getting a new job, but then I'm risking it because I said to someone
but if
today,
you
they're like,
don't,
"Oh,
you might as well.
like,
You might as well make more money than
yeah,
and it might. It really just it's not like you'll make more money and then you'll be trapped there but it's like for now, some people might, but
Sometimes I say shit at work that's like too real for what people want.
yeah,
Like there was a lady today and she like came and she's, I don't know how it even came up, and I was just like, I was about to get into like the intricacies of it all, and I was like, you know, it doesn't even matter. I was like, at the end of the day, it's like you can work anywhere. Like I go in, you clock in, you make some money, you leave. Like you budget with whatever money you have. That's how you live your life. Your happiness is not determined by it. It actually doesn't matter how much you make. And then I just went back to whatever I was doing, and then she was just kind of like, oh. And I was like, oh, that was a lot for her to digest.
yeah.
I probably like dialed back a couple years of her life where she was pursuing like this raise and this, that, the other, and then that's how I feel. Shit, I'm that person now, pursuing the raise, and it's like, damn, you don't even feel. You just budget whatever amount of money you make. That's how you budget, and that's how you live your life.
Yeah.
It never makes you happier or less happy. It's only a perspective. You could be broke and happy, or have $100 and be happy, or 500 and happy, or 5 million, or you could have all those things and be miserable. Doesn't matter. Just pay your rent.
If you
If
have
you
5
do get
million, I would hope you had $100 and $500.
Yeah. it'd be
if you
pretty
do
cool.
get it, all it is without any strings attached, you get to your goal of how much money you need faster.
I think
without
what I
using
have to
any
do
energy.
is adopt. I actually talked to the lady who gave me the $20 first. We had this conversation about like what like cause she used to manage like whatever restaurant, and we had this conversation. I was like, what if you changed the way that the thing was approached? Like everybody who works in these jobs, we was like, they're all shit jobs. We know that it's all shit jobs. But what if instead of like, oh, I go work 5 days a week at this shit job, you go into the job, you do what you need to do, you mark off whatever days you can't actually work, and you work whatever they give you. You don't complain, you don't do anything. You just get whatever they give you. It doesn't matter. But you do a great job. And then if it turns out to be lucrative in any sort of way, you find the days that are the most lucrative. And then after you've been there long enough to be like, hey, I want to cut my days down to this day a week or this 2 days a week. That's all I can do. I have this other thing that came up. Doesn't matter what you say. You can make up a lie. You can tell the truth. It doesn't matter. But you get one day. And then you go get another job. And you keep that one day. And you do the same thing over again. And you get one day down to one day. So now you have one day over here, one day over here. You go get another job. Do the same thing. And now you have 3 different jobs. When I open hot schedules, I can log into 3 different places. And I can see shifts. And I only work once a week at each place. But I can go to 3 different places and pick up shifts if I want to. So where do I want to work today? Oh, I don't have to. It's not like, oh, I got to go to work today. It's like, oh, do I want to work here today, or here today? Which one would I rather go to? And you just look for shifts. Or you text people like, yo, are you trying to give up a shift?
So, like, my only thing, and, like, you might have to, like, work cross field to have that, like, really achieved.
What does that mean, crossfield?
Like, not in the same field of work.
Okay.
Because, like, we'll use that service industry as an example, right?
Yeah.
Your predominant money-making days in the service industry are going to be Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Unless it's a holiday or something like that. That's an exception.
Yeah.
But, like, so if you already have your Friday booked at job A and your Saturdays are booked at job B, then you're taking the job C, right? and that's going to be whatever Thursday or Sunday, whichever one of those two are the busier day, right?
Well,
Yeah, but
yes,
some days
but
have things that get people in during.
there's
the week.
exceptions to the rule, right? At my job, Friday and Saturday, I make the easiest money. I don't make the most money, but I make the easiest money because I only go in there for a few hours. I'm in there for the hot spot hours, like literally where the most money is made. That's the only time I work, and then I leave. It's the best. It's amazing. Monday, I go in the morning and I leave. I go in around 9. I leave at like 5:30. It's like a 9 to 5 essentially because that 3 to 4:30, there's a lot of money right there. And normally the night bartender comes in at 3, but that person, because they have another job, they can't come in until later. So that day specifically, if I was going to leave and go otherwise, I would keep my Monday, which is not the prime spot other spots, but I make good money Mondays, even though I work a long day, and it's not the easiest money. But if I go over here and I can make more money on Friday, I can keep Monday here. So you just have to find which day of the week. Friday might be busier here, Saturday busier here, Monday is good here. The spot is good. And then you have those 3. So it's possible, but yeah, you're right. I mean, most of the money's made on the same days. So,
But you get the days that, like Tuesdays and Thursdays in my spot, there's deals. People go there for those.
At the new or old?
At the new.
Yeah.
And then like the new spot today with the games going on was probably busier than the old spot.
Oh, way better. I'm sure, way busier.
So
and that's my debate now, actually, at my
I'm
job.
already 2/3 of the way there. So.
What?
With that idea. I got 2 days of this place, 2 days of this place.
Yeah. Because at my job, 2 of the days of the week, I make more money. 2 of the days of the week, I make easier money. And one of the days of the week is where I have like my only like 2 regulars.
But it's also good though.
Only 2 regulars, but the ones that I like connect with the most.
If you had to work 9:30 to 5, all the days you worked,
That would suck.
you'd be miserable.
I'd make a lot of money though, but yeah, it would suck.
But compared to amount of money divided by energy and time spent equals
Wouldn't be worth it.
Doesn't equal.
Yeah. So I make, but I think I don't know. I think I have to cut off the days that I make the most money, but they drain me the most. Like tomorrow's gonna be one of those days. I'm gonna be working from 12 to like, I don't know, 8 or 9. I'll make good money, but my day's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Especially because what time is it now?
Or you try to segue.
4:30.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
By the time I
or
get-
you try to segue it to where you only work a couple hours, like try to get to a hotter like the 4.
Yeah. The problem is
4 hour.
these days are serving days, like today, and I'm not as free as a server as I am as a bartender. So when I go serve, there's no breaks ever. There's no one to come relieve you. Like I can step out and go outside when Tony comes in. I can just go. I did that today. I sat outside for 10 minutes, just let him do the work. Cause you came in,
You could say if you have pull or if you have, you can work whatever it may be. There's not a shift right now that's 12 to 4 on Sundays, but you might be able to create one.
Well, that I could do. 12 to 4 I could do, but the 3 to 4, there's bar money 3 to 4. There's not a lot of server money.
But you're serving on Sunday anyway, right?
Yes.
So you could just do 12 to 4.
That I can
it's
do.
a 4-hour shift.
That's what I have next
week.
You
get out in time to have dinner and wind down before your long day on Monday.
Maybe I do that. Maybe I get rid of
just
the nights.
Kind of change the approach.
But then I get to the problem where last Thursday I had that. But, it was an open shift, actually. It wasn't 12, so I got in early. I did all the opening. I sat for the first 30 minutes of the restaurant being open. No one came in, and I was like, can I go
But that
home?
was Thursday versus Sunday.
Yeah. But,
so
I don't know.
Well, this is probably a good stopping location.
Yeah, I think we talked about work for the last hour.
Yeah.
It's all right, but like you said, it's relatable.
Yeah, it is relatable.
Monday through Fridays and Saturdays, Sundays for some people are working. Man.
Yeah.
People need to hear that.
People out here chasing their dreams but still got to do the regular shit.
I used to be a weekend
getting
warrior.
trapped in something where they got to do what they don't want to do, or becoming Twitch versus YouTube.
Yeah.
People need to hear that.
Twitch versus YouTube.
Whether it's the person that you accidentally just be too real with at work.
Yeah.
And they're just there to eat some fucking
And all of a sudden they're
soup.
rethinking their life.
The next thing you know, they're looking at all the noodles in the soup because you just said that.
Yeah.
Making words in their alphabet.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Exactly, right.
What is the universe telling me?
So
Yeah.
but people need to hear, man. But
Yeah.
episode 16, Ocean Waves podcast. Day 3 of the Gauntlet, catching back up.
Yeah.
I'm Indigo Ryan, the Navigator.
DWNTHKN.
No.
Stay tuned.
Jason the Guru, say what's the scenario? Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
I didn't
Appreciate
use
it.
vowels that time.
You're so cool. I wish I was as cool as you.
Yeah, it's hard to be this
I would like
crazy.
to complete the puzzle. Say.